4 years ago, as a 49er, Elvis Grbac was Steve Young's understudy, leaving in search of his own identity. He rode into Kansas City armed and dangerous and has since elevated his offensive explosion today. The two quarterbacks with the most touchdown passes in the NFL have combined to throw 45 and for more than 5,000 yards, Phil.
Not bad stuff, and Greg, this game is about the quarterbacks. When you look at Elvis Grbac and Jeff Garcia, it's a showdown in the streets. They're both wanted. Look at Elvis Grbac, 21 touchdowns, almost 2,500 yards. Well, Jeff Garcia, he's not shooting blanks either. 24 touchdowns. When you look at both of these quarterbacks, first you look at Elvis Grbac throwing the football down the field. He's very accurate. That's why the Chief offense is doing so well. Jeff Garcia, he is the San Francisco 49ers, in my opinion, right now. He is playing so well that he's covering up some of the bad things they're doing as a football team. And bad things, that means the defense.
Well, the 49ers and Jeff Garcia will get a chance to show first what they can do on offense because they have won the toss, and they will receive the kickoff. You're looking at Todd Sauerbrunn, who will do the kicking off for the Kansas City Chiefs. We were talking about it earlier. You got to love those red pants, don't you?
Oh, I like them. You know, new coach, Gunther Cunningham, comes in. They want to change everything, the way the team thinks, but also you got to change the way they look, and they do look good.
Sauerbrunn to kick, back to receive for the 49ers, Ty Streets and Kevin Williams, number 82, and we are underway. The kick is short, and it is Williams just shy of the 15-yard line. The 30, out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. A 20-yard return on the play and a tackle made by Gary Stills. And there's Jeff Garcia, thrown for an NFL best 24 touchdown passes. Has also run for more than 230 yards. He is a mobile quarterback who can do a lot of things.
Yeah, he can, Greg. And the thing that the 49ers do that is different from other teams, most teams in the National Football League can't sprint out to one side and cut the field in half and have success. The 49ers have been very creative and done it very well this year.
Line of scrimmage, the 34-yard line. And a jump by the Chiefs on the far side. Garcia throwing over the middle and has his man out to 45 is the tight end, Greg Clark. That's a 12-yard pickup.
Chiefs defense overcommits on the first play. That's why Greg Clark.
Offside. Defense, the left end. The penalties decline. First down.
Dwayne Clemens, the offending player for Kansas City. San Francisco's offense, well, the line has allowed just 10 quarterback sacks this season. Today it's minus Derek Deese, who had knee surgery Thursday. Matt Willig makes his first 49er start at left tackle.
Well, when you look at the backs and receivers, J.J. Stokes will be in for Terrell Owens, but Terrell Owens will play.
Charlie Garner to midfield and just nosing over into Kansas City territory. John Browning makes the stop. The Kansas City defensive line up front, John Browning, Chester McLaughlin, Dan Williams, and Dwayne Clemens. Lou Bush at linebacker in his first year with the Chiefs after 7 with the Chargers. He teams with Marcus Patton and Donnie Edwards.
Well, when you look at the secondary for the Chiefs, 2 rookies, Pat Dennis and Greg Wesley, started in that defensive backfield. Makes it tough to defend the pass with rookies.
We have a 49er down on the field, and that is Terry Jackson. And that's not the greatest news for Steve Mariucci because he's in there in place of Fred Beasley, who won't play today with a left knee sprain and a high ankle sprain. Steve Mariucci telling us on Friday, you know, it's been a tough year for these 49ers, and he says if there's anything that's bad news, it's being young and injured. That's not a good recipe in the NFL.
Young is bad enough in the National Football League, Greg. When you're young, you're going to make mistakes, and when you make those mistakes because you don't have the experience, you can never even cover them up. So everything just gets exploited and it becomes double bad.
Terry Jackson is a second-year back out of Florida, and he was the lead blocker on this running play for Charlie Garner.
Well, let's look at him, number 22. Here he comes real quick through there. Well, he gets his head down and really takes a...
And Jackson went back to the huddle and then went to the turf. And he was hit head-on by Donnie Edwards and is now being, well, he's walking off the field.
Well, this is big for the San Francisco 49ers. It would take them out of a lot of 2-back situations. That means they got to go 1 tight end, 1 back, and 3 wide receivers. That is good. But what I'm saying is San Francisco would like to have two backs in there and run the football at a Chiefs defense.
Well, they are going to go with two backs here as the rookie, Paul Smith, out of Texas El Paso. The 5th-round draft pick is in the backfield on 2nd and 5. Garner trying to break it around the outside. He has running room. He has first down and more, out of bounds at about the 36-yard line of the Chiefs. 13-yard pickup and a first down for San Francisco. And let's check in for the first time today with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, the Kansas City Chiefs defense has played so poorly the last 3 weeks, giving up an average of 34 points a game. They had a players-only meeting this week, several of them, and James Hasty stood up and said, you know what? It's time to be held accountable. So much so that the game films from this week are going to be watched by the players, play by play, player by player, to determine who wants to play and who doesn't.
All right, Armin, thanks. The ball at the 36-yard line, and on first down, it's Garner again, left side with some blocking. First down to the 25, where he is met by the rookie Greg Wesley. That's an 11-yard pickup and another first down for San Francisco.
Well, Armin, I'll tell you what, they're going to start out watching those films. They're not going to like what they see in this first drive. Look at Brown, number 65, comes around the corner. Really nobody there to block. There's nobody outside forcing the run back in for Kansas City's defense. Already in the first 4 or 5 plays, I've seen 3 big mistakes by the defense already.
Well, the emphasis on this defense comes from last week's 41-point yield in a loss to the Oakland Raiders. 45. Garcia throws. That's complete to Jerry Rice. And Rice with a couple to the 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now let's talk about this San Francisco 49er offense. Greg, there was one of the sprint out passes. They do so well, and it gets positive yardage, but they know today they can come out here and run the football, run some misdirection, screens, draws. Look at Jerry Rice coming from the backfield. Just a different way to incorporate one of your good players. Get him the football. That's what you're supposed to do. But they can take advantage of a Kansas City defense that over pursues, goes for fakes, and tries to run things down too quick and instead of staying disciplined and spacing the field.
Movement up front, penalty markers fly. Feared Scott Gragg may have
Ball
moved
start,
early.
78, offense, still 2nd down.
Phil, I've done a recount, and I believe now the point total against Kansas City last week is up to 49.
Yes, it was. Yeah, but Greg, I can't help it. You know, we got to get it out of the way. You're from Florida. What do we expect? You can't count. So there it is. That's my first political and last political joke of the day.
We knew that long before Election Day, didn't we? 90 penalties against the 49ers. That's most in the National Football League. The pitch, Garner tripped up as he got to the 25-yard line.
And, you know, go back. Let's look at the Kansas City defense. You heard Armin Katayan say they're going to be held accountable for what they're going to do. And last week, the coaches admit, Gunther Cunningham, he says we got too complicated on defense. The Raiders came out, they shifted around, they gave us different looks, and it just confused my players. This week, be simple, spread the field, be aggressive, attack the offense, and make the plays.
Gunther was emphatic. He said, I was appalled at that many points. He said, I've never given up that many points in my life, even at Tiddlywinks.
Never played the game, so I don't know.
3rd and 10. Quick drop for Garcia, quick slant, incomplete. Terrell Owens onto the field, despite the turf toe injury. Bounced off of his shoulder pads, it appeared, up high. And
well, a little behind him, going against the rookie, William Barty. Nice position by Barty. In good position, Jeff Garcia, yeah, he's going to be disappointed because if you get it in front of him, he's going to catch it and maybe get the first down.
So Wade Ritchie, this will be from 43 yards out. This will be long enough, but it's wide. Ritchie now just 2 of his last 7 field goal attempts, and we're still scoreless.
free to move about the country.
We didn't have to offer side impact airbags on all our new cars. We didn't have to make those airbags the kind that are designed to help protect your head, just like the ones that come in Mercedes and Volvo. We didn't have to. That said, we did.
South to south pit, stroke, check, check.
You think you're harder on your engine than most people? Well, good. Because there's a motor oil made to take it. Introducing Pennzoil Synthetic with Penzane. Penzane was developed for the space program and is used by NASA. Don't change your driving, just change your oil. Pennzoil Synthetic. It's rocket science for your car.
USA Today gives American Tragedy 4 stars out of 4, making a case for how good TV can be. Entertainment Weekly says it's riveting. Wait! And Time Magazine hails it as excellent, delving into the brilliance, ego, and sheer weirdness of OJ's Dream Team. Watch the television event that will keep you hooked till the end. Listen to me! American Tragedy, CBS Tonight.
Elvis Grbac on the field with the Kansas City offensive unit. 21 touchdown passes, more than 800 yards throwing the last 2 weeks. And he's going to throw on first down. Tipped over the middle and it falls incomplete. And it'll be 2nd and 10. The offensive line, bookend tackles John Tate and Victor Wright. Tony Gonzalez, the first tight end in NFL history with 4 consecutive 100-yard games receiving. Grbac throws. That one batted up in the air and falls incomplete. Winfred Tubbs had a hand on it. Speaking of the 49er defense, Anthony Pleasant, Bryant Young, Brenson Buckner, and the rookie John Engelberger out of Virginia Tech up front. Another rookie to watch, linebacker Julian Peterson, leads the team in interceptions, tied for the team lead in sacks.
And look at the secondary at the corners, Ahmed Plummer and Jason Webster, rookies, going against the 2 good wide receivers for the Kansas City Chiefs. There's Jim Moore, defensive coordinator. They've come out aggressive so far today, the San Francisco defense.
4 wide receivers out. Screen this side. Tony Richardson with blocking to the 40. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. That'll be very close to a first down.
Oh, very close. Should have cut it back inside. Good angle from up here, Greg. I could tell that. But it looked like it was set up. You got to know where that first down yard marker is. Lower your head and get in there and get the extra yard. Instead, Tony Richardson looking for the big gain. Just comes up with the first down. But, hey, the defense is being aggressive. Watch them coming up the field. There's a blitz. Perfect time to throw a screen. Early in the game, Tim Grunhard, high ankle sprain, gets outside and helps Tony Richardson with the run.
So the Chiefs now from their own 43. Grbac. Plenty of time. Throws this side incomplete. His receiver slipped and fell on the play. That was Sylvester Morris. And Jason Webster dove to knock the ball down.
Well, you're talking about a guy. You got Ahmed Plummer on one side and Jason Webster, 36, on the other. This guy is really caught everybody, not by surprise. They drafted him in the 2nd round, but how good they think he can become. Going against Sylvester Morris, a 1st-round draft pick. Great position. If Morris isn't such a big receiver, he might have gone over the top to get the interception.
Grbac, deep for Morris, incomplete. And we're talking about that San Francisco defense, which is certainly going to be tested today. Already has batted down 2 passes and 1 defense downfield.
Now, you know, you would think San Francisco defense last in the National Football League in the rankings. All these young players, you would think they'd come out here and let's be soft. In other words, don't be too aggressive because we don't give up big plays. So far, they've challenged them, the Kansas City offense, every single play.
Yeah, Kansas City's Gunther Cunningham told us that he'd really like to get back to running the football a little bit. Well, it hasn't happened yet today. This is the 6th offensive play. Another pass. Over the middle. Incomplete. And onto the field comes the punting unit. Kevin Lockett, the intended receiver. bounced off of his hands. Grbac 1 out of 6 as he heads to the sideline.
Well, good throw, good read. Gunther Cunningham and the Chiefs, even though they want to run the ball, Greg, they said come in the game, be aggressive, and let the 49er defense know we're for real with this passing game. Good job by the defense, though, in the first series.
Todd Sauerbrunn, averaging 45.5 yards a kick, will kick it away. Number 82, Kevin Williams, is standing at his own 10 for the 49ers. Williams, fair catch call, and makes the catch at his 10 or 11-yard line. 46-yard punt and no return, and we are scoreless in San Francisco.
Christmas, a time for holiday traditions.
Holiday who be what?
The tree. The trimmings.
Merry Christmas!
The toys.
Evening, folks.
And
Santa Claus.
I'm certainly not the Grinch, if that's what you're thinking.
Jim Carrey is the Grinch. Rated PG at theaters Friday.
I wish I was home, homeward bound. Home, where my thoughts escaping. Home, when my music's playing.
New MSN Explorer. Everything you need to feel at home on the web, all in one place.
This new car was going to be different from anything Saturn ever built. It was going to be bigger, more powerful, more luxurious, more everything. And while creating an entirely separate plant may not have been absolutely necessary, it was the right thing to do. Welcome to the factory, the Saturn L Series built.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. The Grinch starring Jim Carrey, coming soon. And by Saturn, now with 2 distinctively different car lines, the L Series and S Series.
Welcome back to San Francisco. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms, Armin Katayan, and the 49ers start this time from their own 10-yard line. Charlie Garner and Paul Smith are the backs behind Garcia. Garner for about 5, just across the 15-yard line. We'll call it 6 and make it 2nd and 4. And today's aerial coverage provided by the Monster.com blimp on a kind of cool afternoon here in San Francisco.
It is when you're as high as that blimp. That's where we are. No, it's a nice view from up here. Beautiful day.
It's going to get colder, isn't it, as the day goes on?
Well, it is, but being in this park, Greg, the fact that the wind is not blowing and a factor in the game, I know the players are glad that it's not blowing too hard.
Garner again, and Garner looks to be about a yard shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Greg Wesley, the rookie out of Arkansas Pine Bluff, coming up to make the stop. Here's Charlie Garner, number 4 rusher in the NFL, number 3 in total yards.
Yeah, Charlie Garner's the kind of runner when you watch him, even though he's small, of course he's quick and goes side to side and has the speed to go straight ahead. But because of that speed, he also has that power, that burst, and he'll run through a lot of tackles inside the tackles and get those extra yards.
Smith and Jonas Lewis are now the backs, and that's Paul Smith looking for and getting the first down out to the 23-yard line.
Well, when you get in these 3rd down situations, it's nice to be able to just line up. Newberry, 62. Oh, nice job. Good double team. Him and Ray Brown. Gets Dan Williams moved back. That's enough to allow the San Francisco offense to get the first down.
So from the 23, Garner back into the backfield. And another jump. This time Dan Williams, the defensive tackle.
Well, that's twice so far today.
Encroachment, 92, defense, Still first down.
Let's see what it looks like from the ump cam. Dan Williams. See if we see. No, nothing. Just a little inflection of the voice. Ooh, Dan, you know, if you jump off sides, he hit everybody he could hit over there. He tried to sneak back. It's what happens when you're so big. You can't sneak through those little holes anymore.
So Garcia and the Niners with a 1st and 5. Garner can't turn the corner, lost a couple on the play. And again, Greg Wesley comes up from the secondary to help with the stop.
Wow, that was a good play because Dave Fiore's got him squared up and he cannot get turned around to block Greg Wesley. And he has been, Greg Wesley, big surprise, such an impact player and doing so well for a rookie. That's what's always surprising. A safety, quarterbacks, they look over there and see a rookie safety. They go, oh, man, let's take advantage of him. Let's move him around. But he has not fallen into the trap, being solid and really had a good year up to now.
Garner not going to get much as he tries the right side and looks to be close to the 30-yard line. And the Niners still have a 3rd and 3.
Did you see J.J. Stokes going around faking the reverse? Well, I know where they got that play. Last week, the Oakland Raiders ran Tim Brown around and faked the reverse about 10 times. And every time they faked it, the runner had a nice lane to run in, and it really hurt the Kansas City defense. But they straightened it out. When something works against your defense 1 week, you better work on it because the team you're going to play is going to run that exact same play the following week.
From the shotgun, Garcia throws, complete. Clark down the sideline to about the 43-yard line. That'll be enough for a 1st down. That's a 13-yard pickup.
Well, the one thing you got to do when you're playing against the San Francisco 49ers and your defense, this time it's Pat Dennis, number 41. Look, he's not even near Greg Clark because he went for the fake. Watch Clark, number 85, fake the block, and Pat Dennis, number 41, says, well, the tight end's blocking. It must be a run, but the 49ers, they're deceptive. As I like to say, Greg, they like to lie a lot on offense. They show you a lot of things. They never show you the truth. Then they get you.
Garner in motion out to the far side, and Garcia throws, got rid of it, complete to Clark again, and Clark to about the 48-yard line. 5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5, and Garcia getting up off the turf. We expect to see a lot of that today.
Well, that's what you see a lot, Greg, when you watch Jeff Garcia. Now, there's not many quarterbacks, if they had that play and got underneath this kind of pressure. Watch him. Watch Jeff Garcia. The fake, 2 defenders coming through quick. He jumps, gets the football off. He's accurate with it. He is as good throwing on the run and jumping and moving and getting hit as anybody I've seen play quarterback in the NFL.
Paul Smith, the lone back. And he'll get the handoff to midfield. And Wesley again with the stop for the Chiefs. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Now, this is what the 49ers would love today. You know, we talked about the opening, the shootout and all that. Well, the 49ers feel like they can throw the football, like I said, on this Chiefs defense, but they also know the Chiefs are letting people run the football on them. So if they run it, of course, when you run the football, slows the game down, makes it go quicker, then your defense doesn't have to come out there too often.
Smith and Lewis are the backs behind Garcia on a big 3rd and 2. Garcia looks to throw. Batted back into his face, incomplete. And that was Marcus Patton, number 53, in on Garcia, who will force the punt.
Well, that's a good job. Again, when you play the 49ers, you better be ready to run to the sidelines because they're going to do so many sprint out passes. Look at Patton in the face of the quarterback. Oh, nice job. Got that little push and drove him to the ground.
So to kick the ball away is Chad Stanley, the 2nd-year punter out of Stephen F. Austin. That's Kevin Lockett, deep for the Chiefs at his own 10-yard line. High kick with a marker down on the far side of the field as Lockett fair catches the ball at the 14-yard line. And now let's check the penalty.
Against the
well, it's against the 49ers, and
illegal formation, offense. Left tackle lined up in the backfield. The penalty is declined. First down.
So the Chiefs will not make San Francisco kick the ball. We'll take a timeout with 4:25 to play in the first.
We are no longer the underdog. We're not a small company or a struggling upstart. We're not Davids. They're not Goliaths. You could say we've succeeded. And in doing so, we created something bigger than a car. Bigger than a factory. Bigger than us. And best of all, we're not done creating.
Our first lesson this morning will be the sit and stay command. And say sit, stay, sit, stay, sit,
This dog's in big trouble.
Buy online, return to the store.
No problem.
BestBuy.com. It wasn't that easy.
My brother's son said he had an idea that it'd make us rich.
That funny-looking kid said that.
Said we can use the internet.
The internet? We ain't selling books, we're selling feed, and we already sell every ranch in the county.
Harlan, you ever been outside the county?
Well? Give me a minute, I'm thinking.
If you're concerned that MMR, the vaccine against measles, mumps, and rubella, isn't safe for your child, why don't you watch 60 Minutes tonight?
The NFL today.
That's a bad call.
On every frequency, he makes no sense.
They were going to knock you in the mouth.
Sundays on CBS.
Elvis Grbac last week against Oakland, 39 of 53 for 504 yards. The running game, wet running game. Not last week and not today so far. Now, Kimball Anders on the draw, has all kinds of room out across the 25 to about the 29-yard line. Lance Schulter's Zach Bronson on the stop after a 15-yard pickup.
See, I think that's where Kansas City's running game will come from the fact they're going to show you pass and they start throwing it so much. The defensive line, look at that. Everybody's running the game inside because they're worried about getting to the quarterback. And then when the run comes, it surprises you. Big holes and a big game for Kimball Anders.
Now the Chiefs with a double tight end. And the give is to Richardson. And Richardson out across the 30-yard line to about the 31. Anthony Pleasant with the stop.
Now the other thing this Kansas City offense would like to do today, besides throw it, score points, and do all the things that all offenses want to do, they want to show some movement. In other words, shift like they did the play before where nobody's in the backfield, move the tight end, move the receivers because of a young defense by the 49ers. And they always say, if you move around enough, young guys will mess it up.
Again, Richardson, the lone back behind Grbac. And Elvis evades the blitz, throws, completes it to Sylvester Morris. And Morris has enough for the first down.
Well, you are right when you say he got away from the blitz that time. The 49ers blitz and he comes free. And Elvis Grbac, probably the biggest surprise to a lot of people, even to me, when you talk about Elvis Grbac, you see the blitzer coming. Julian Peterson from the outside, he gets away. The thing that's really put Elvis Grbac over the top is his ability to move around, buy the extra second, and throw the football down the field.
So the Chiefs out now to the 42-yard line in the first down. And on the draw, Richardson across the 45 to about the 47. You know, we saw Gunther Cunningham on the sideline a few moments ago, Phil, and he says the biggest problem in the loss against the Oakland Raiders a week ago is he felt that we, as a coaching staff for the Chiefs, overcoached. How do you overcoach?
Yeah, you know, there's not many coaches who would say that, but I think Greggy means this. There's a fine line to how much information you give the players. And sometimes when you give them so much information, they think on the field instead of just going out and attacking. So that's what happened to the Chiefs defense last week. They'll try not to do it again today.
Richardson again. And Richardson to about the 48-yard line. And it'll be a 3rd and 4. And we remind you, you can get live updates for each NFL game as it happens. Just click on live scores at cbs.sportsline.com.
There's Jim Mora, third and 4 or 5. Look at him. Do this, do that. Hey, Jason. You can't teach them all every play, Jim. I know he's trying. You just got to let the young guys go out there, and you got to let them learn.
Grbac still has it, throws deep down the middle, incomplete. A couple of receivers fighting, or a couple of players fighting for position. Derek Alexander was between 2 49er defenders.
Not quite the time to go to the play action pass on 3rd and 4. Look at this. Alexander going down the middle of the field. You got Lance Schulters and Jason Webster. They got him inside out. They're not going to come up and try to stop a run on that situation. They know the Chiefs are going to throw the football.
So once again, Sauerbrunn on to kick to Kevin Williams. Lofts it up. Williams going to run it back. 15 and forward to about the 21-yard line. We have 52 seconds to play. So much for that offensive explosion today, Greg.
There will be moments when the planets align. The heavens part. And the car god smiled down upon you with the beautifully clear, winding road. The mid-size L-Series performance sedan. Because it would be a shame to disappoint the car gods.
They challenged conventional wisdom and changed the course of wireless communications. Today, Qualcomm's revolutionary digital wireless technology is recognized as the industry standard. From palm-sized communications devices to high data rate applications, CDMA is the core wireless technology of today and the future, in a market headed for geometric growth. Where do you find such breakthrough companies? Exactly. NASDAQ, stock market for the digital world.
Someday you can tell your grandkids you were there when Florida decided the next president by voting for Bush. No, Gore. No, Bush. No, Gore. Well, anyway, at least you can tell them you tried the Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut. What? You haven't tried the Insider Pizza yet? Come on, it's a pizza inside a pizza. One thin crust piled with 6 cheeses, then sealed with another thin crust and even more cheese. And it's only $9.99. Someday the grandkids are going to ask, Grandpa, who was elected president in 2000? And you'll say, I don't know, they're still recounting the votes. But I did try the Insider Pizza from Pizza Hut, another one of the best pizzas under one roof.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. And by RCA, changing entertainment again.
Just 52 seconds left here in the first quarter in San Francisco of a scoreless game. And of the teams, the 49ers so far have shown the ability to move the ball a little better than the Chiefs have. Garner and Paul Smith in the backfield behind Garcia. Play fake, throw over the middle, and wide open is Paul Smith, the rookie, to midfield, inside the 40, inside the 35-yard line. Wesley and William Barty make the tackle after a 45-yard gain.
Well, this is taking advantage of a defense and a set of linebackers that are just too aggressive. Watch the fullback come out of the backfield. Look at both linebackers, Edwards and Marcus Patton, both up at the line of scrimmage. Nobody is there for Paul Smith. And the 49ers said, we're going to take advantage of the fact that the linebackers run to the football too fast, and that was one play where they did take advantage of it.
Garner picks his way for a couple of yards to the 31. Paul Smith came into this game with just 22 yards rushing and not a reception this season. All of a sudden, he makes a little bit of an impact as we come to the end of the first quarter in San Francisco. No score. 49ers on the march when we come back right after this.
Why is everyone so quiet? Shh.
Sunday dinner, he's gonna pick one of us to go inside.
What's inside?
Football, dinner, Bud Light.
Bud Light. Hey, yo, over here!
You idiot.
Oh, pick me, pick me, pick me! Hey, easy.
That is one dumb turkey.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Not for your lives!
New TV? Yeah. Watch this.
RCA's experts understand you want the sharpest picture possible. So we developed the RCA digital monitor and receiver. The best picture today and unsurpassed high-definition quality for tomorrow. RCA, changing entertainment again.
Working for a big company was not for me. So I took a risk and started Mad River Boat Trips. Fortunately, I made some smart decisions early on, like hooking up with the small business group at American Express. These guys really know what we need. They helped us figure out easier ways to pay for inventory. And now when we buy things online with the card, it's never been safer. You know, I couldn't work for a big company, but I don't mind having a big company work for me.
What can we do for your business? Call 1-800-SUCCESS.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame take on Rutgers, or Auburn fights to be the best in the SEC West as they collide with Alabama next Saturday on CBS.
We remind you, coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report, Jim Nance, Mike Ditka, Jerry Glanville with all the scores and highlights from New York. It's coming up on the NASDAQ.com halftime report. For the third straight drive, the San Francisco 49ers have reached Kansas City territory. The ball at the 31-yard line. And Garcia calling signals on second down. With time, throws. It is caught inside the 5-yard line, crawling toward the end zone, and down at about the half-yard line is J.J. Stokes. 30-yard pickup. It'll be first and goal.
Well, that's another nice design for the San Francisco 49ers. Stokes comes out of the backfield and goes down the field. And what it does to the defender in a situation like that, it just makes it hard to figure out what he's going to do. He comes out of the backfield, and he's running so fast that Jerome Woods didn't know what to think. He thought he was going to break out for a short route. When he turned up the field, he was open. Nice throw by Jeff Garcia.
Charlie Garner, left side, touchdown. The 49ers excel in red zone, and from the half-yard line, it takes them just one play to punch it in and grab the lead.
Well, Greg, when you get it this close, don't fool around. Nice job that time. Fullback goes right, halfback goes left. Makes for an easier touchdown.
Wade Ritchie for the extra point, and it's good. 14-16 to play in the first half. And from Umpcam, Charlie Garner scores to put the 49ers up 7-0.
Samsung joyfully introduces the world as you make it, where our digital technology has one job: to make life more fun. We want to thrill you, connect you, charm you, satisfy you, and delight you.
Everyone's invited
To the Samsung digital experience.
Oh, he looks so handsome. Mommy's big man. You're such a big boy. I'm going to give you a big kiss.
$4.92 saved buying Spike a holiday sweater online. $6.42 overpaid on shipping.
Oh, you look so precious.
If your gifts aren't being sent priority mail, you're probably paying too much. So make sure to ask for it.
Fly like an eagle.
Right now, Dunlop tires are best-selling Goodyear. Top brands like Pirelli are 10 to 20% off during the November tire sale now at Sears. The good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Yeah!
Inevitably, there will come a time in your life when you realize you need a cell phone. And when that time comes, we'll be here.
Friday, Richard Kimball will risk capture to see his dying father one last time.
My son is innocent.
I'm gonna call the police.
We just got an ID on Kimball.
An all-new fugitive. Then, what happened in this house is something these investigators will never forget. CSI After the Fugitive, CBS Friday.
Charlie Garner got the glory, but J.J. Stokes made the catch down at the goal line.
Well, J.J. Stokes, you know, this football can only go to so many players, but he's been complaining a little. Somebody throw it to me. Well, that time they did. Came out of the backfield and made a really nice catch.
Mike Cloud, Larry Parker deep for the kickoff. This will be Parker from the 2. To the 20. And across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. Jeff Posey makes the tackle after a 25-yard return, and we'll take another timeout.
Hi.
Ready?
So did you want to take my car?
What do you mean?
Introducing the all-new Civic Coupe from Honda. Amazing, but true.
Psst, vote for me. My dad was president. I even look like my dad.
Big deal. My dad was a senator. Yep.
We have the same shoe size. And
Yeah, well, I invented the internet. Lots of other stuff, too.
once my mom thought I was my dad.
Space shuttle. That was mine.
On the phone, people think I'm my dad.
Guess me. I'm on TV.
We have the same name. My dad and I, that is.
Not going anywhere for a while? Grab a Snickers. Peanuts, caramel, and chocolate. That ought to hold you.
My dad and I wear the same pants.
I invented pants.
Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
Oh, yes, a brilliant move. Galway scampering across the goal to stop it. They just couldn't seem to get enough players forward before. He's showing good fluid movement. Right, left. This is another aggressive charge down the flank. He's timed his run to absolute perfection. 2 defenders to beat. He's passed one. This is looking like a chance. Yes, he takes the shot in.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Don't forget to watch Becker right after Everybody Loves Raymond every Monday night right here on CBS.
Thank you for doing this, and I just want to say I loved you on Cheers.
Oh, thank you. I loved you on the Wonder Years.
What are you talking about?
You're not that kid? He's not that kid?
Everybody Loves Raymond and Becker, CBS Monday.
Let's look at why J.J. Stokes got open. Here he goes down the field, coming out of the backfield. Watch the safety. He was worried about the 2 receivers at top. He never gets over. Good design that allows J.J. Stokes to make the catch.
Grbac throwing on first down and more for Tony Richardson, who is bumped out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. That's an 18-yard pickup. Now, we were talking during the timeout, Phil. This is a Kansas City team that, despite Grbac throwing a lot, still hasn't quite found a rhythm yet.
Well, they have not. That is the problem when you're a passing football team. You got to go out there and you got to hit a couple passes, get loose, and get your confidence. And so far, they have not done that.
This one will be on the ground and out to about the 45 is Kimball Anders. Gunther Cunningham said they wanted to make a more concerted effort to run the football today, and he said we'll do that with Kimball Anders, who's about as fast as I am.
Yeah, that's a great endorsement of your running game. But Greg, they're going to run the football, and they're going to be successful at it. It's going to be surprise. That's how they're going to do it. And a lot of teams in this league now are doing it. The Jets kind of do it. It's all misdirection, a lot of draws, and I think that's what the Chiefs are going to go to because the passing game, that's where they want to win it.
Grbac throws. It is all caught on his knees by number 82, Derek Alexander. Oh, I'm sorry, make it Tony Gonzalez, rather. So Gonzalez slips to his knees and still makes the catch.
Well, it's a really good job, Lance Schulters. They do this a lot. They split him out, and he's just so big. Now, if he keeps his feet under him, he's going to be wide open. But what a throw by Elvis Grbac. And the receiver slips. You better be extremely accurate, and that time he was.
Quick drop, and that one's batted back and behind Grbac. Brinson Buckner, number 99.
That's 3 balls they have batted down so far. Now, that's not easy to do against Elvis Grbac. He's about 6'6", and he plays like he's about 6'10". Look, you can see Grbac. Look how tall he stands when he throws the ball, how high he gets his arm. So it's not easy to knock the footballs down when he throws it. Brinson Buckner, good job. A veteran, read the drop, stand there, try to get in the way.
Grbac time, throws, intercepted. Zach Bronson with a little blocking in front of it. To about the 44-yard line. And we have a Chief down, and that is Derek Alexander back at the 22-yard line. We'll take a timeout here, and we come back. It'll be San Francisco football, and we'll also check on Derek Alexander.
Mr. Roberts called and wanted to take money out of his account.
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I am ready to trade online.
Now, I said, you know, we can do that for you.
Wait a minute, Fidelity? Trading? You mean brokerage?
I told him, sure, just go to Power Street at Fidelity.com.
Fidelity.com, the site ranked highest in investor satisfaction by J.D. Power & Associates.
Sounds like everything I'd be looking for.
Oh, and one more thing. When you're ready to try wireless trading, you let us know.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
You behave yourself, Angus.
Rear seats that fold down to create over 67 cubic feet of cargo space and an all-too-convenient retractable tray table.
Good dog.
The CR-V from Honda.
Oh, yeah, that's a first down. Way to read the D. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and anytime is Miller time.
Who's calling these plays? Put in a backup!
As you can see, the DNA sweeps through the cell after meiosis. This ensures proper dispersal of...
Can't get enough football? Grab a Miller Lite, and anytime is Miller time.
Proper dispersal of the genetic code.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda, a winning lineup of cars, sport utility vehicles, and minivans. Fidelity, all the expertise, service, and technology to help you see yourself succeeding. And by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Well, Derek Alexander is still down on the field, and as you look at what happened to him, you understand why, Phil.
Well, when you get players coming from opposite directions, you know the collision is going to be big, and it's solid. Lance Schulters lays the shoulder into Derek Alexander. Alexander sees it coming, so he's allowed to at least try to protect himself a little.
So he is still being tended to at about the 23-yard line, but now going to be helped to his feet. Elvis Grbac had thrown 116 straight passes without interception. He has now thrown 6 in the last 2.25 games.
Well, let's look at what happened on the play, Greg. I'll show you. Grbac drops back. Watch Tony Gonzalez as he goes across. Here comes the wide receiver behind him. Now, you got to be careful with this. Sometimes when you have so much success throwing the football down the field, look at the tight end. You got to go ahead and take those short passes when they're there. Elvis Grbac feeling good, takes a chance, and when you take chances down the middle, a lot of times it ends in an interception.
So the 49ers from their own 44-yard line. The pass is complete. J.J. Stokes inside the 35-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the 49ers.
You know, we talk so much about the 49ers and their young defense. Pat Dennis, a rookie. He's a corner for the Chiefs, number 41. He knows going into a game that the other team is going to look at him and they're going to throw the football his way. And the 49ers talked to them during the week and they said, hey, number 41, we're throwing the football his way. Because why not? You want to go against a rookie or you want to go against number 40 on the other side, James Hasty.
From the 33. Garner to about the 27. Wesley with the stop, and the 49ers now mixing it nicely between the pass and the run.
Well, they got it. The 49ers even, hey, they're 2-8, Greg, and they can still throw it. And again, Brown coming around, nice job. And Charlie Garner has the speed to go outside. There's that little burst of power I talk about. That's what really separates him from other running backs like Napoleon Kaufman for the Raiders. They don't have that power. They can't stick it in there and get that extra yard like he can.
Coming around is Ty Streets. Streets tripped up, and a penalty marker flags.
Tripping. Maslowski stuck his foot out, tried to trip him once he was faked out.
That's exactly what it is.
You didn't believe me?
Well,
yeah. What? You know, that ain't right. You get faked out, so you stick your foot out there hoping to get lucky, and they throw it on you. But Maslowski, he's in there playing some defense at the linebacker position.
Tripping, number 57, offense. Still second down.
It's defense, Johnny.
It doesn't matter. They got to know what he means. Here he is, number 57, faked out, raises that foot up, catches him. Boy, I tell you what, that's so close. But that's the right call. But I was going to say, Maslowski is on the field because his special team play has been so outstanding, and he's been doing so good. They go, hey, look, we got to get this guy and let him play some defense too, and that's why he's going to get some snaps at linebacker today.
Well, we saw Lance Schulters administer that big hit on Derek Alexander, and the word we get from downstairs now is that Schulters is questionable for the rest of the game with a bruised nerve in his left leg. First down from the 16-yard line, and that red zone offense of the 49ers goes back to work. Garner spinning inside the 15 to about the 13, and let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Greg, on the Kansas City sideline, it's the same questionable result for Derek Alexander. The word is mild head trauma. Does not look like he will return. He's been with the doctors for the last 4 or 5 minutes, but he is alert. Back to you.
All right, Armin, thanks.
Yeah, he looks pretty relaxed on the sideline, so that's a good sign.
Talked about that 49er offense in the red zone. It has been formidable, the best in the National Football League. Pass back this way. Garner with blocking to the 10. 5, touchdown, penalty marker down.
Oh, that is a tough call. Wait till you see it. You'll see why. It's a touchdown no matter how you look at it. So if that's on Ray Brown. But, Greg, I was getting ready to say.
Holding, 65, offense. Still second down.
Let's see if we can see 65 Ray Brown in the hold. Here he is.
Oh, James Hasty can't escape.
Well, you know what? Well, okay. Hey, they threw it. That's what they saw. Let's go. Tough call, though, against Ray Brown. That play, well, I was going to say the 49ers are so good in the red zone. They can run it, but they're so deceptive, and that play illustrated it. Run right with the quarterback. They do it all the time. They throw a screen left. Nobody there to make a tackle.
2nd and 13 from the 19-yard line. Big blitz, pass over the middle, incomplete, and Garcia's on his back. Patton and Maslowski in on the quarterback, and it'll be 3rd and 13. Isn't it strange to see a red zone offense minus Jerry Rice, who is standing over here on the sideline?
You know, Greg, I was going to say one of the reasons they've been so good over the years in the red zone, well, heck, line up and throw it to Jerry. It really worked well, but he's on the sideline stretching out, stiff. Maybe something happened that we don't know of to him in the game.
3rd and 13. Garcia needs to reach the 6-yard line for a first down. Penalty marker down. Garcia is hit, and this looks to be another encroachment call coming against the Chiefs.
Well, that's 3 today so far. And I don't even think he's trying to draw him off.
Offside, 75, defense, Still third down.
That's Chester McLaughlin. So the ball will move now to the 14-yard line where Garcia will have a 3rd and 8.
You know, that was the one thing talking as you look at Chester McLaughlin there, talking to the 49ers, the two guys they had high praise for, Chester McLaughlin inside and Dan Williams, they're big and they're hard to move around, and they thought they'd been playing really well coming in this game.
Garner, the only back behind Garcia. Quick pass to Garner. Ducks inside to the 10, to the 5, to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for San Francisco.
Well, Charlie Garner, if he waits, it might be a touchdown. But watch 74, Dave Fiore. He's going to be out in front of Charlie Garner. But Garner says, I can't wait for you, big fella. Just get out of my way. Nice move. And again, side to side, he can go forward, falls ahead, and gets the extra yard or two, enough for a 1st down.
Garner,
You got help back
just
there.
49 yards rushing and 13 carries in the loss to New Orleans last week as the 49ers fell behind early and had to throw. Garner straight ahead now and is wrapped up at the 3, falls forward to about the 2.5 by Dan Williams, along with Dwayne Clemens.
Well, see, this is when this 49er team, you think, wow, how can this team be 2-8? Well, when it looks like this, they have a chance to win. That means their offense comes out, it's productive, it's moving the ball, it scores, and you don't see the real weakness of the team because it's over on the bench. So if the offense continues to have success, the defense stays fresh, puts them down, and Kansas City offense makes it easier for you.
You saw Terrell Owens come to the sideline, 2nd and goal. Garner throwing penalty marker again as Garner falls to the 1.
Well, I'll tell you, it's Charlie Garner.
Holding call going to back the 49ers up.
49ers are going to gain 100 yards inside the 20 today if this keeps up on one drive.
Holding, 65, offense. Still 2nd down.
Well, Ray Brown is having himself a real bad 5 minutes here lately.
Well, he's complaining a little, so maybe it was. Let's watch Ray Brown, the left guard. Let's see if we can see it. On your screen to the right. Okay, coming up on the linebacker, Donnie Edwards. Oh, boy. You know, that's a tough call because he's got him blocked. He just put the hands up. It had nothing to do with taking him down, but the hands were out of position.
Garcia right up the middle, running room to the 5, and batted down at the 3-yard line. Jerome Woods, James Hasty combining to lay the wood to Jeff Garcia.
You know what? You just got to brace yourself when you see Jeff Garcia run. I mean, I want to go, slide. But Jeff Garcia, hey, that's the way he knows how to play. I've said this before. It'll never change. And there's no chance. And he stands up in there. But that's why he's a quarterback right now for the 49ers. He's tough, willing to do what it takes, and he plays all out.
3rd and goal. Garcia keeps, will trot into the end zone for the touchdown. He has thrown for 24 touchdowns this season. That is his first running, and the 49ers take a 2-touchdown lead.
Well, this is a defense in situations you really didn't need to overcommit so much. It wasn't like you were going to be overpowered there for a touchdown and a run. Everybody chases the ball. Look who's got it. A little deception. Walk-in touchdown for the quarterback.
Wade Ritchie for the extra point. And it is good. 6:44 to play in the first half. The Kansas City Chiefs were looking for an improvement on defense today, but with 6:44 to play, they find themselves down 14-0.
Ted, Jerry.
Put your resume on Monster.com and see the kind of attention you get.
Grbacs, taking the SUV to a place it's never been before.
In 1939, RCA introduced television to the public at the World's Fair. Color came to television in 1954 with RCA's model. Digital satellite TV became a thing. The future of television is high definition, 6 times sharper.
The people who brought you the television now bring you the next generation, making television as exciting as it was the very first time. RCA, changing entertainment again.
Garage door opener problems? LiftMaster garage door openers are professionally installed.
Here, Daddy, try this.
A phone is all you need. Call LiftMaster.
The NFL customized jersey. Choose any team, any name, any number. Call 1-877-NFL-SHOP.
You never know who's going to show up on the NFL Today. Sundays on CBS.
Jeff Garcia has engineered a couple of touchdown drives for the 49ers now, who now lead it 14-0.
Oh, there you go. Got a little blood on his arm.
Cloud and Parker to receive. This will be Cloud from the 3. To the 20, 25, out to the 27-yard line, and let's go back to Garcia's little touchdown jaunt.
Well, I can tell you who makes a mistake here. There's so many guys by the Chiefs defense that goes inside. I don't know who had the outside force. And you're going to run the ball down in the end zone from the red area. Your receiver's got to block well. And J.J. Stokes, James Hasty, that's nothing he can do there. He's got to cover the wide receiver in case it's a pass.
So now Grbac and the Chiefs. And Grbac back to the airwaves. Time, throws, Richardson, 35 to the 37-yard line. There is Elvis. Well, you talk about, here are the 2 top touchdown throwers in the National Football League. They couldn't be more different.
Yeah, you're right. In the way they play, the size, of course, is dramatic. And, you know, Greg, that just shows you there's so many ways to get it done nowadays as a quarterback in the National Football League. Elvis Grbac, typical drop-back quarterback, stands tall, throws it deep down the field.
This is Donnell Bennett with the handoff in his first carry of the day, and he stood up at about the 39 or 40-yard line. Anthony Pleasant leading the charge.
You know, Grbac, Elvis Grbac started here with the 49ers, back up to Joe Montana, Steve Young. Did well when he played here. Well, all the quarterbacks did well when they played here back then, and went to Kansas City and has found a place. He's a franchise quarterback now.
We asked him what he thought when he first came to the 49ers. He said it was amazing to walk into the locker room and to see all the great names on the lockers in there. First down at the 40-yard line. Elvis going to throw it deep and overthrows his intended receiver down the far sideline. That's Gonzalez.
I'll tell you what, 14-0, and the 49ers not backing up. They are being aggressive, and it's, you know, I got to tell you, I'm surprised. Well, I was surprised until I talked to Jim Moore before the game down the field. He goes, we're going to get after them. We're going after them. We're going to force them. We're going to play aggressive defense and see how we match up against them. Jim Moore, defensive coordinator. Defense ranked last in the league, and he goes, I love this job. Monday to Saturday, I just love it. Sundays, though, it's not that much fun on Sundays.
Grbac keeps, rolls, throws, incomplete. Gonzalez is intended receiver, but Gerbac's throw a little short, and Gunther paces the sideline.
Yep, quarterback's not on yet. The 2 deep balls he's thrown had a chance to hit him. Throwing him a little too flat and long, and that time just not putting enough on for Gonzalez to catch him.
Grbac now 5 of 15 for 61 yards and the interception.
You know what? I was going to say, Greg, you know what happens in situations like this? You're a passing team that doesn't get going. You know what you do? You just keep throwing it. You got no other choice. Just keep throwing it, and sooner or later, you'll get hot.
3rd and 10. Comes the blitz. Chiefs pick it up. The pass is incomplete, and the penalty marker flies. And absolutely, the rookie, Ahmed Plummer, playing the receiver and not the football.
And you know what the bad thing is? He's got him so well covered, it's incredible. But when you look at the rules, let's see what they say. He does not play the football. He just jumps up and tries to shield the receiver.
Yeah, you can't be playing the football if you have your back to the quarterback. But they are talking about it.
But there was no contact. He just jumped up in front of the receiver.
Pass interference, number 29, defense, first down.
See, usually when this happens, they run into the offensive player. But watch this. Plummer just jumps up. Well, he knows that is a good call. It doesn't look like he actually goes into the receiver. But again, you know, we did this last week. How many times did I tell you, when quarterbacks look out there and they see the defensive man's back, they're going to throw it. Because they know he's not going to turn around and make a play on the football.
So first down now to the 43-yard line. Here comes the reverse. And Larry Parker gets nowhere. That'll be about a 5-yard loss on the play. Brenson Buckner stopped it cold. It'll be a loss of 6 on the play. And we remind you, oh, look at that view, Phil.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Today's aerial coverage provided by the Monster.com blimp.
Hey, I've been out here so many times this year. I'm really, you know, starting to know these buildings and places by heart.
2nd and 16.
Quality time with you, though, Greg. That's what it's all about.
That's right. Grbac play fake, throws down the middle. It is incomplete. His intended receiver, Sylvester Morris, the rookie out of Jackson State.
Well, this is hope. Almost looks like the Minnesota Vikings, how they play offense. The receiver is covered. Zach Bronson and Monty Montgomery have got Sylvester Morris covered. Look at that. Elvis Grbac throws it out there, hoping that his guy will come up with the catch.
We're talking with Gunther Cunningham saying, hey, when you're looking at 2 rookie cornerbacks out there, are you just waiting to throw the football? He says, yeah, but that little guy coaching their defense over there is tough. Grbac, soft pass to Richardson over the middle, to the 40, to the 35, and he'll come up a couple of yards short of a first down.
There you go. 4th and about 2 yards. Decision time, and I'd say he's going to go for it.
Well, Gunther is going to use a timeout to talk about it. So 4 minutes to play here in the first half, and we'll be right back.
The Acura RL with satellite-linked navigation system.
Do you remember my client, Mr. Foley?
Morning.
Yeah. He wanted to retire and go into teaching, right?
Asia Solodusky.
It's Asha Solodushkevich.
Pre-retire.
Okay, Asha Solodusky?
Solodushkevich.
He had a pretty substantial portfolio.
This is my first day of school. I'm very excited, and I'm a little bit nervous.
So we worked together to restructure with the goal of providing income so he could become a teacher.
I'm a lot nervous.
Wasn't he a chemical engineer or something?
He went 20 years.
I'm loving this. I really am. Some of you people don't look so glad to be here, but I'll promise you this is going to be a very hot chemistry class. I'm going to make you
Not
really
bad, huh?
like this class.
To invest, call, click, or visit Fidelity.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Gateway. In Gateway country, people rule. And by Campbell's Chunky, soup that eats like a meal.
No doubt the Sims yacht out there amongst the...
Oh, yeah.
Amongst the sailors. 4 minutes to play in the first half. 49ers with a 14-0 lead, and the Chiefs trying to dent the scoreboard for the first time. 4 wide receivers on 4th and 2. Grbac throws, incomplete, dropped by Gonzalez. And the ball goes over to the 49ers.
That's right. Got to be a little lucky sometimes, Coach Mora. But they do what they want. They make some movement. They move players around, and look what you get. Tony Gonzalez against Winfred Tubbs. He's wide open. You know what? When I watched the replay, it's a much better pass than I thought originally. It's right there. But Gonzalez should have went down and caught the football and picked up the first down. Instead, trying to make the catch on the run and pick up additional yardage.
So the 49ers take over at their own 35-yard line. Garcia keeps, rolls, throws down the sideline, incomplete. Ty Streets, the intended receiver.
I got to tell you, Greg, I've watched and played for 15 years, watched a lot of games on tape and all this stuff. The 49ers, there again, Jeff Garcia moving right. Now, when you move right in the NFL, you are automatically eliminating half the field. So you think, well, it's going to be hard to throw the football. But they really do a terrific job of coming up with different plays, getting players in different positions, and they're extremely, extremely productive with the sprint out passes.
Garcia 9 out of 13, and the handoff up the middle for Garner, juking left and right across midfield and into Kansas City territory at about the 46-yard line.
Boy, I tell you what, you said it right. He is juking. He is going back and forth, and the defenders, look, everybody spread, nobody in the middle. Oh, nice job. Left tackle gets out, makes the block, and look at Charlie Garner work. That is nice. And look at the shake, cutting back and forth. But the best thing is he's always gaining yards as he's doing it.
Hand off to Garner again, and Garner this time no place to go. Dwayne Clemens bottles that one up. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play. Clock continues to move, and we come up on 3 minutes to play in the first half.
You know, I remember Charlie Garner comes out. He comes out to the 49ers. I knew what he did in Philadelphia and all that. I thought, well, it's not that big of a deal. But so many times we see it now. Running backs, quarterbacks, receivers, they change teams. They get in a different offense, and they just blossom, and he is definitely one of those players.
Now just one back behind Garcia on 2nd and 11. Garcia with time, the quick flip that's complete to Smith out of the backfield, and Smith to the 40-yard line. Myslowski with the tackle. It'll be a 3rd and 4. And the clock continues to move, and we'll come up on the 2-minute warning.
And the 49ers, hey, play the clock. They're going to let it happen. Don't be in a hurry. Do not give the Chiefs another chance with this football if you can help it.
49ers come into this game 2-8 on the season, a 5-game losing streak. Steve Mariucci says, you know, we just got to find a way to win one of these days. Is today the day? We'll find out. 14-0 San Francisco.
Who wants chunky soup? Mom? Terrell, you gotta try this new chunky soup. But Mom. Chunky grilled steak with vegetables. With loads of lean steak. Grilled up right to get you filled up right. Grilled steak. Remind you of something? The family cookout. Which you don't attend anymore.
I work Sundays. Introducing Campbell's Chunky Grilled Classics.
Our business has always been about the direct relationship with the customer. That's what it's always about. What do you want to use a computer for?
I guess the biggest priority is getting online.
I want to make home movies and edit them on the computer.
I'd like to know, like, what I should buy for, like, a teacher.
Give us a call and tell us what you want to do. We'll set you up with a Gateway Essential PC, Intel Celeron processor, and a Year of America Online, all for under $23 a month. Because in Gateway Country, people rule.
That's what it's all about.
Never once did your car ask you for flowers. Never once did it ask you if it looks fat. Or did it get mad at you for leaving the seat up? Doesn't it deserve something special in return?
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up. Free.
A free pickup? Wow. They ought to be #1.
They are #1.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Greg Norman teams up with Steve Elkington to take on some of the world's best golfers, including legends Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. The Franklin Templeton Shootout, next weekend on CBS.
This week, Dave's all new with Mike Myers, Gwyneth Paltrow, Val Kilmer, Ricky Martin, and Bruce Willis. Monday, don't miss Samuel L. Jackson and Kid Scientists.
The NASDAQ.com halftime report just 2 minutes away. Jim Nantz, Mike Ditka, Jerry Glanville with all the scores and highlights. That's the NASDAQ.com halftime report. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And the 49ers, much to Gunther Cunningham's chagrin, with a 14-0 lead and looking for more before the halftime gun. Quick drop for Garcia, quick slant, complete inside the 30s, J.J. Stokes. And it'll be another first down, 13-yard pickup.
Well, that's just too easy for this San Francisco offense. They're very good at throwing the slant patterns. Pat Tennis against J.J. Stokes. You got to take away the inside. If I was playing them, I would take my chances, defending passes down the field, play it hard inside, make him go up the field to make the catches.
Stokes, a first-round pick of the 49ers back in '95. Now in his 6th season out of UCLA. First down. Garcia throws. Complete. Running room for Garner. Out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Wow, what a play. I'm trying to follow what's going on from up here, and I got fooled twice. I'm looking to the right. The receivers, watch the receivers go across. Nobody's on the left side. Now they throw a screen, catches everybody off guard, and nice hustle by Maslowski there, pushing him out of bounds to stop a touchdown. Marcus Patton getting blocked. Boy, look at the offensive lineman. Newberry down the field, and if Maslowski is not hustling, it is a walk-in touchdown.
104 total yards for Charlie Garner. And a timeout is called by the 49ers. 1:14 to play. And guess what? Niners are in the red zone again.
Need sports equipment? Go to MVP.com. All the best gear, all the best brands, and insight to help you play your best. Head to our gift center. It has wish lists, gift certificates, and even gift recommendations. MVP.com. Gear up for sport.
Well, we mentioned earlier that the 49ers red zone offense is the best in the National Football League. And on 2 previous trips to the red zone, they scored touchdowns. And they're back there again from the 17-yard line.
The design of the offense, they can run it, they can throw it, and the quarterback's mobile. Tough to stop them when they get down in here.
Garcia, quick pass. Garner inside the 5, rolling forward to about the 1-yard line. And Steve Mariucci wants to stop the clock, which is now at 1 minute.
See, what they're doing now, they're putting 4 wide receivers out. That leaves 1 person in the middle. Oh, nice catch by Charlie Garner. They're leaving. Garner comes through, and there's only 1 linebacker that can cover him. It's too much space. He can go either way, and that's why he's wide open once he comes out of the backfield.
Well, they didn't stop the clock, and it is rolling now, coming up on 35 seconds to play. And now Garner stands up, and the 49ers do stop the clock with 29 seconds to play, and we'll be right back.
Are you following PHRM?
Get your clients into PHRM.
Clinical testing through the roof.
There has been a discovery. We'll be announcing it soon.
I hope this works.
Me too.
See the story behind the numbers. Go to cbs.marketwatch.com.
Garcia running this 49er offense to perfection. You know, Phil, we were talking with Steve Mariucci the other day. Why are the 49ers so good in the red zone? He says, well, because we always have been. We've been doing it for a long time.
That's a good answer.
49ers thumping them in the total yardage department. Garcia with time, straight up the middle, touchdown, took a hit at the goal line and pops up. There is a penalty marker down.
Probably holding against the defense. Passes from that close.
Holding, 53, defense is declined. Touchdown.
Well, nice play call. Again, they just got people running everywhere. And Jeff Garcia could have thrown it in the back of the end zone for a touchdown, but he toughed it out and ran up in there, took a big hit, and still scored a touchdown.
His second of the day.
They're going to review the play. Let's see if Jeff Garcia doesn't look that good running the football. But let's look. See, they're trying to go backside, back of the end zone. They're open. He says, nope, I can run it in. Oh, look at this. He's in there.
There's no question about that.
Not even close. I haven't been right all year, but I'm going to be right on this one. I got it. There's the holding penalty. Did you see that? Right at the bottom there. That's good stuff. Of course, Mark Fitzpatrick had no choice. You got to hold him. You're fooled. Don't give up the touchdown. Let's see what happens. The knee does hit, but when it hits, he's across the line.
You sound so certain.
Oh, I tell you what, there's a couple of things that I would, and I'm not making light of this because this is serious stuff in these jobs, and it means everything to these players and coaches. But Gunther Cunningham is, what do you say to your team at halftime? I would look right at the defense, and I would just let it go. Your offense, it doesn't even get a chance to come out and really have success.
Especially since there was such an emphasis on improved defense this week.
Here we go. Let's look at it one more time. Knees down. Ball's over.
And as Armin said earlier, there were player-to-player meetings. James Hasty standing up, having a few words to say.
Well, Greg, you know, look, you're 5-4. You're the Kansas City Chiefs. You want to go to the playoffs. You want to be a factor. And it's hard to be a factor in the playoffs. I don't care how great your offense is. Your defense has got to be able to go out there and give you chances. And that has not happened for Kansas City today.
After reviewing the play stance is called. We have a touchdown.
Now I feel really confident in my decision. But
49ers scoring touchdowns now on 3 consecutive drives.
I want to say, Greg, inside of 2 minutes, don't forget, the call is not made by the teams. It's made from up above, and that's why they reviewed the play.
So Wade Ritchie with the extra point, and that is good. We have 23 seconds remaining to be played here in the first half, and the 49ers with a 21-0 lead on Kansas City. Let's go down to Armin. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You know, Jeff Garcia told us yesterday that he's basically had to fight his whole life to prove he could play in the National Football League. Well, thankfully, he has an ally in this organization, and that's Bill Walsh. Dates back to his days at San Jose State when Garcia was the quarterback there, playing against Stanford, had some terrific games, had an incredible game in the East-West Shrine game that Walsh saw. In fact, he was so impressed with him that he faxed a letter to all the NFL teams saying, you got to draft this guy. Well, they didn't draft him. He had to go to Canada. Bill Walsh helped him get up there. And after winning the Grey Cup up there, Bill Walsh brought him back here to San Francisco because he felt he was the kind of quarterback, much like Joe Montana, that could move this team. Back to you.
And Armin, Jeff Garcia has just grabbed this offense and taken it under his control. You know, he told us also, you know, the excuse that we're young is a little bit overused now. The fact of the matter is you've got to go out there and play good football. He has 193 yards throwing today and has rushed for 2 touchdowns.
Well, I like Jeff Garcia. He plays angry. That works on his side, and he's always going to have to play that way. It's, you know, he's not the prototypical quarterback, and going to Canada probably was a great thing for him. Gave him more experience and has given him a chance to succeed in the NFL.
Cloud and Parker deep. This will be Cloud from the 2 to the 20. Hit from behind and falls forward to about the 27 or 28 yard line. Well, that's a long time.
Wow, that is something.
Not since December the 2nd of '99 against Atlanta have the 49ers been able to pitch a first-half shutout.
Now, let me say this about the 49er defense. And, you know, again, something I picked up from Jim Moore today. All these young guys, if you take them individually, they're really good players. They haven't put it together as a team yet. But today, in the first half, the defense did play like a team.
Richardson has a first down, and the clock continues to roll, and that appears that that'll be the end of the first half. So Jim Mora's troops do pitch a first half shutout here, and around the country people are going 21-0 49ers at halftime. Let's go down Armin.
Coach, no points, but obviously the fact that your defense can't seem to get the 49ers offense off the field.
Well, we haven't done it in the last 3 weeks. You know, we can't get our offense out there. If we make a mistake, we can't get back out there, you know. It's really frustrating. I don't think I've ever been this frustrated. We look like we're a tired football team. I don't know. Maybe all the trips are catching up with us. I got to figure it out, though.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Gunther Cunningham's second straight trip to the West Coast, not going any better than it did last week. Our halftime score, 21-0 49ers coming up. We'll be sending you off to New York for the NASDAQ.com halftime report. Jim, Mike, and Jerry will get you caught up on all the NFL news, scores, and highlights that comes your way after these messages from your local station.
Friday, Richard Kimball will risk capture to see his dying father one last time.
My son is innocent.
I'm gonna call the police.
We just got an ID on Kimball.
An all-new fugitive. Then, what happened in this house is something these investigators will never forget. All-new CSI. And it's the latest game in town. Kill or be killed.
Can't win if you don't compete.
But now there's a new player on the block.
Be advised that I'm a sore loser.
Nash Bridges on an all-new CBS Friday.
The King of Queens, Mondays on CBS. It's all here.
KCTV5 News, where you get helpful information.
I'm Stan Kramer. Most home buyers rely on their real estate agents and home inspectors to guide them safely through the buying process. Well, a Roland Park woman trusted the experts, and now she's left holding a worthless mortgage. We'll show you how this happened and steps you can take to ensure your biggest investment of a lifetime is safe.
That's Tuesday on KCTV5 News at 10. News that makes a difference.
Hi, I'm Tony Gonzalez of the Kansas City Chiefs. They say pro athletes play with pain, but pain is nothing to play with. It deserves serious treatment, the kind you get at the Headache and Pain Center. The center's doctors are board-certified specialists in pain management. They even trained at the Mayo Clinic. So when it comes to treating your pain problem, believe me, they won't play around.
Headache and Pain Center. It's all in the way we treat you.
Hi, Mom.
You only get out of something what you put into it. And your Midwest Ford dealer is putting something special into this year's truck season. We're clearing out our 2000 models, which means you can save big on our entire line of Ford Super Duty pickups. That's incredible savings on over 44 configurations of Super Duty trucks. Hey, you only get out of something what you put into it. So get into a 2000 Ford Super Duty during truck season at your Midwest Ford dealer.
Get Chiefs news, stats, and highlights at KCTV5.com.
The NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
Hello, friends. Welcome to the NASDAQ.com halftime report. Jim Nance from our NFL Today studios with Mike Ditka and Jerry Glanville. All kinds of news to get caught up on. First, how about the 49ers steamrolling past the Chiefs?
Well, you know, we talked before the game, and we talked about the fact Leslie said it was going to be a shootout out there. It's a one-sided shootout. It's all 49ers. Jeff Garcia's eating them up.
Jeff Garcia with 2 short touchdown runs, Garner the other. Meanwhile, Miami at winless San Diego. Moses Moreno not working out. He's been picked twice here, Jerry. And Lamar Smith and the Dolphins are really cooking here.
And you got to look, this first play of the ball game with Fiedler on the roof, throwing the pass. He connects. Fiedler, 10 out of 11.
And that set up a Lamar Smith touchdown. Then they got the ball in the Smith's hands again in the second quarter.
And 2 touchdowns for Lamar Smith. He used to play for you, Coach.
I had him, and I got rid of him, and I'm not smart.
Boy, they would really like to have him now. Meanwhile, the Rams, Trent Green has just thrown his 3rd touchdown of the game all over the Giants. Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Sean King, 2 touchdown passes, 1 to Keyshawn, 1 to Riedel Anthony. Now, here's the big story. The Saints have won their 6th straight. They win at Carolina. Jeff Blake had it working again. Joe Horn, his target.
Well, he gets a 47-yard pass on play action. Joe Horn and Jeff Blake had great season. Here's the guy who's made it work for him. He's given him the running yard. He hit 1,000 yards. He had 93 today. They carted him off, got a broken ankle and ligament damage.
You just hung up the phone with Ricky Williams.
Just got done talking to him. And, well, you know, they told him maybe 6 to 8 weeks there's a chance if this football team, the way they're playing, they got a chance to get to the NFC Championship that Ricky could come back then. But I wouldn't count on that very much. But he's pretty upbeat. I mean, he's not down about it. He understands he was hurt last year. And he said, I just got to get healed up and try to play again.
Hey, Coach, who'd you leave? Who else can run the ball for him?
Well, they got a couple guys. They got Chad Morton, the kid that returns kicks for him, and they got the green kid that was in St. Louis last year. And I guess they're going to talk to Kajana Carter. So it'll be interesting.
All right, let's get caught up on some of the other finals. Baltimore and Tennessee. The Titans, Al Del Greco misses his first extra point since '93. Had made 228 in a row, and it killed him today. And the Ravens, this was the winner, Mike.
This is it, and you got to give Del for all the credit where he hangs in. He finds Patrick Johnson, who hasn't played very much either.
Del Greco could have won it. 42-yard field goal at the end of regulation, wide right. What an emotional win for Dilfer.
We needed this bad. It's hard to root against friends and classy teams. But, you know, we fought so hard. I gave it away there at the end, but I never hung my head. I just kept trusting God, trusting my teammates, and they made a play at the end.
And the Ravens have found their quarterback. First loss ever at Adelphia Coliseum for the Titans. Eagles were down 10 with 2.5 minutes to go. David Akers wins it with a 42-yard field goal in overtime. Seahawks were down 21-7. And how about John Kitna today?
Well, John Kitna, here's the guy's been benched. Coach didn't want him. He only came back to play because the other guy got injured. Won the game.
He threw 3 touchdowns in the victory. Meanwhile, the Bengals, Akili Smith has gone 27 quarters without throwing a touchdown. Not the problem for Aikman, though.
Aikman had a big day, but a great play by McKnight here. Makes a great play on him.
How did you come out of it health-wise? How's your back?
Well, I'll know more tomorrow. You know, right? I didn't get hit much at all, and so that was a good thing. And we'll just see how the turf was on it tomorrow.
McKnight, you mentioned him, Mike, had 8 catches, 160 yards, and that touch. Cowboys now 4-6. Meanwhile, New England falls at Cleveland. Patriots turned it over 4 times. That ends a Browns 7-game losing streak. The Bears, Jim Miller, ruptured Achilles tendon. His season's over. And the Bills made a quarterback change at one point. Flutie out, Rob Johnson in. They returned Flutie, and they really broke their back with a 4th-and-goal touchdown run from a yard out.
Yeah, if they're going to win, they're going to win with Flutie.
Arizona loses at Minnesota. Culpepper ran for 1 and threw for 3 more. Vikings 8-2. They've won 10 straight at home. Atlanta and Detroit. Gary Muller's debut right there for the Lions. A winner. Hansen's field goal, 44 yards with a $1:43 to go. And that's the story around the league today. Again, Ricky Williams with a broken ankle, and as he told Mike Dick, a possible ligament damage. His season is probably over.
CBS Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
USA Today gives American Tragedy 4 stars out of 4. Don't miss the miniseries event that will keep you hooked to the end. Listen to me! American Tragedy, CBS Tonight. A child witnesses his mother's death.
I want Pablito convicted.
No one saw him.
Ricky saw it.
An 8-year-old boy.
Now, Police Chief Mannion will help him fight for justice.
The only thing you have to do today is tell the truth.
But this trial is about to take a turn no one expected.
I demand a mistrial.
Craig T. Nelson, The District, all new CBS Saturday.
It was a day I'll never forget. I always dreamed of being a quarterback. Coach Pagano once told me, team and attitude, Tony, that's what it's all about. He wanted me to play offensive line. From that point on, I put 100% into being the best offensive lineman I could. Coach Pagano helped make me into the player I am today. On behalf of the NFL, I want to thank coaches like Coach Pagano, who make all the difference. Hey, how you guys doing?
This is Tony Gonzalez, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. He supports the United Way by preparing meals at a local community center. Tony has good hands. The kitchen staff knows this.
Tony!
Heads up.
T-Bone. Sorry.
Tony Gonzalez. On the football field, he has good hands.
CBS Sports presentation of the NASDAQ.com halftime report is sponsored by NASDAQ.com, the information source for the serious investor.
here in San Francisco at halftime. The 49ers lead the Kansas City Chiefs 21-0. The Chiefs have not been able to figure out how to stop Charlie Garner. 75 yards and a touchdown on the ground, 4 catches for 40 yards. It's the Niners by 3 touchdowns in the NFL on CBS. We'll continue after this word from your local station.
Shag, Tuesdays on CBS. It's all here.
Price Chopper and the Chiefs take the field with these tailgate rates.
Coke 12-packs are 4 for only $10. Frito-Lay chips are 2 for $4. And Geno's frozen pizzas are 5 for just $4. So savings with your Chopper Shopper card. Everybody wants, everybody needs, everybody loves Chiefs and Chopper.
Tailgate rates at Price Chopper.
Now, wasn't that easy? Magical gifts in one easy click. Turn on the fun. Best Buy.
The 2000 Taurus is built to protect you, all of you. Dual-stage airbags protect your head and torso. Adjustable pedals mean more space for your legs. But it's Taurus's new styling that protects the most fragile part of the human anatomy, the ego. And while its bold redesign protects your image, $1,500 cashback or 0-9 financing will do wonders for your self-esteem. Ford Taurus. Drive one today. It's for your own good. Only at your Midwest Ford dealer.
KCTV 5, the home of Super Bowl 35.
At halftime, the 49ers with a 21-0 lead on Kansas City, and let's check in with Armin Katayan. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. Coach, an impressive first half. I know there's one to go, but you got Garner and Garcia right now.
Well, the main thing, though, is I think our defense is playing a heck of a game, and you know, we're stopping them. And we got the turnover with Zach Bronson. Our offense is controlling the clock. Our time of possession is very different than theirs. And we just got to put another half together and play some smart football.
All right, Coach. Thank you. Greg?
All right, Armin. Thanks. Greg Gumbel, Phil Simms back upstairs. And while the 49ers are doing everything right, it has suddenly become crunch time now for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, a couple things, Greg. I think the Kansas City Chiefs, if you have any hopes of going to the playoffs, I looked at today's game as almost a must-win. Down 21-0, you've got to come out and play with a fear that you haven't done all year. And it's possible. They can still come back. But the telling story of this game, time of possession, I'm not always a big believer in it, but I think today it tells the truth. 20 minutes and 23 seconds for San Francisco, 9 minutes and 37 seconds for Kansas City. Dominance, physical dominance by the San Francisco 49ers. They've had it. That's why they're winning 21-0.
Now, it's 21-0, but there is still plenty of time, and there is plenty of ability on the offensive side of the ball for the Kansas City Chiefs to get the job done today, but the defense has to do a little something.
Well, the defense has got to stop them and give the offense a chance to get some rhythm, so they can go out there and they can throw an incomplete pass and punt it and hope they don't have to wait another 20 minutes before they get back out there. Now, and also in saying that, I think the Chiefs need to be a little more patient on offense, stick a draw play or run up in there every once in a while to keep the defense honest and just get, you know, without going deep into it, some rhythm for your offense.
Chiefs will get the football first. This will be Cloud from the 10. To the 25 and ahead to the 30-yard line. Take a look at those first half numbers and you can tell just how dominant the 49ers were in the first half, particularly that time of possession margin.
Well, that's big. To me, it describes the physical dominance by the 49ers. But look at the plays, 288 yards. Heck, that's a game for most teams in this league. And The offense was just tremendous.
And how about 288 total yards as you see Derek Alexander back on the field, despite the absence of Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens for much of the time in the first half. Grbac throws this side, complete. Sylvester Morris, midfield, and slapped out of bounds at about the 45 or 44-yard line by Zach Bronson.
Well, I'll tell you what now, this is nothing against the 49er defense. This is just tremendous execution. Elvis Grbac throws the football to Morris before he even stops. It's in the air. So Ahmed Plummer is surprised by the quickness of the execution of the play, and that's why he doesn't come up with the tackle.
Well, listening to Gunther Cunningham on his way into the locker room, you think maybe he had a word or two to say to the team at halftime?
Well, you know, Greg, there's a lot of ways to approach it as a coach at halftime there. Do you go in and plead with your players? Do you console them, or do you yell at them? So he could have done many things. I don't know.
Grbac, patient, completes the ball to Kimball Anders, and he's at the 35-yard line, and that's about a yard shy of another first down for the Chiefs.
Now, that is the big thing, too. When you look at this Chiefs offense, Elvis Grbac needs a little more patience himself. I thought he went down the field a few times in the first half where the receivers underneath were wide open. Take those, then all of a sudden that defense cheats, then you make the big play.
Maybe 504 yards the previous week can get you a little heady. Donnell Bennett in the backfield, gets the handoff, has a first down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Now, you know, the other thing, too, that really helps an offense. Now you got a first down. Chief is down on the field. Can't see what number it is.
Will Shields, the 8th-year right guard out of Nebraska, 5-time Pro Bowler.
Offensive line's been beat up a little. Tim Grunhard, the center, comes back this week.
We'll take a timeout here with 13:27 to play and come back and check on Will Shields after this.
Free to move about the country.
Presenting the best minivan ever, the all-new Dodge Grand Caravan.
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, get 4.9 APR financing on select all-new 2001 Dodge Caravans. 60-month financing can save you more than $2,400. So see your Dodge dealer immediately. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
To you, I just go from point A to point B. All you care about is if my light is on or off. I'm nobody. I'm anonymous.
I'm just a set of wheels to you. You'll never remember my name.
You probably can't even pronounce it.
But under the right set of circumstances, I could be your best friend in the world.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey.
Where you going?
Tuesday on 60 Minutes 2. How do you turn college kids into national champions? Just ask Florida State's Bobby Bowden. We did, and he tells us. Tuesday at 9, 8 Central.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Will Shields trying to walk off what we were told is a hamstring problem. Meanwhile, Donald Willis, number 60, replaces him. Grbac fakes the run, rolling right, throws, complete. Gonzalez out of bounds. And Gonzalez ran over a photographer on the near side of the field.
It's the run! You okay? Get him some help.
And that's going to be more than just a little bit of a bump.
Back up.
Well, it's a nice play-action fake. Tony Gonzalez just outruns the 49ers to the sideline. Then he gets hit by Tubbs. Oh, yes, and it's just the whiplash of going to the ground by the photographer that I think causes the
Hurt. The ball at the 17-yard line. Grbac with time. Throws. Corner of the end zone and overthrew Gonzalez. Elvis is wishing he had that one back.
He had him. That's what they wanted. And you know the thing that has separated this Chiefs offense, I think, from most of the offenses in the National Football League this year, did you see how long Grbac took? He gave Tony Gonzalez, I thought he was going to run down the middle, and all of a sudden I see the ball thrown, and he's already way out to the sideline. So it takes time, it takes protection, and it takes a quarterback who can stand in there and take the hits and throw over the top of the defensive players.
2nd and 10. Grbac to throw again. With time, flips it and overthrows the short toss to Gumbel. It'll be 3rd and 10.
All right, here you go, Greg. Your first test of the day. Who do you think he was trying to throw the football to? Come on.
I believe I heard myself say Gumbel.
No, but what was the play designed for? He was looking in the end zone for Tony Gonzalez.
It's the difference between you and I, though. You have to look at the big picture. If I'm looking to see who he might throw to, I don't actually see what he does.
All right.
And then are you going to cover for me?
Just like a lawyer, argued your case, but well said there. You're right.
3rd best in the red zone this season. The Chiefs offense. Grbac with a pass over the middle. Incomplete. Tony Richardson separated from the football by Monty Montgomery.
Well, see, that was a good job of a defense not over pursuing or trying to make a play that's not there. That time, Monty Montgomery, you're going to see him, he's going to come from the right. Tony Richardson went out, looked like he was going to go to the flat, but he stood his ground and waited for him to come back over the middle. That's why he was in position to make the hit and the incomplete pass.
Todd Peterson will line up the field goal from 34 yards out and try to get the Chiefs on the board. He missed it. You know, the wheels haven't come off yet, but the machine isn't running quite right for Gunther Cunningham. The Chiefs are still scoreless. We'll be back.
Our company needed managed internet solutions. PSINet delivered.
We needed managed web hosting. PSINet fit the bill.
I wanted multi-currency e-commerce. PSINet was there in over 160 currencies.
We needed transaction solutions. PSINet executed to specifications on time.
Simply put, I needed everything, and PSINet gave it to me.
Your business internet opportunity is knocking. Open the door. Call or contact us today.
Individually, they are standouts in their respect.
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately for 5 full years. Get 0 APR on 2000 Dodge Stratus and Intrepid, 0.9 APR on 2000 Dodge Dakota and Durango, and 4.9 APR on select all-new 2001 Dodge Caravans. See your Dodge dealer immediately, as 60-month financing can save you over $5,600.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
O.J. Simpson is in a white Bronco.
It was the trial of the century. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Now, CBS presents the behind-the-scenes story.
I'm in charge here. The client said just the opposite.
That O.J. doesn't want you to see.
Listen to me!
A powerful mini-series event.
The district attorney is acting in bad faith.
Ving Rhames, Ron Silver, Bruno Kirby, and Christopher Plummer. Screenplay by Pulitzer Prize winner Norman Mailer.
He's guilty as hell.
American Tragedy, CBS tonight.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl. PSINet, the Internet super carrier. And by Chrysler. We're reinventing the passion for driving.
The last 3 possessions, the 49ers resulted in touchdown drives of 65, 56, and 80 yards. And their ball now at the 24-yard line. Jerry Rice back onto the field for the 49er offense. Garcia rolls, throws, Jerry Rice. Close to a first down, and he appears to have it.
Well, that's a new play we saw right there, Greg. Jeff Garcia rolling right. Just kidding, of course. Boy, it took you a while to catch on. But again, another way for Garcia to get out of the pocket This time, Jerry Rice coming all the way across the field on first down. Watch this. He split way out to the left and just sprints right across the field. And look how hard it is. Pat Dennis has him in man-to-man coverage, but when you go across that length of the field, go through defenders, you can't cover these guys.
This time Garner on the ground, and he's forward across the 35 to about the 36-yard line, a pickup of a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. We remind you to log on to NFL.com and vote for the AFC and NFC All-Star teams who will battle in the 2001 Pro Bowl. Vote now on NFL.com.
The 2001?
2001.
Yes. Look at that, 300 yards by the offense already by San Francisco today.
And Garcia, 204. Throwing the football. He's looking for more. Throws. Garner out of the backfield. Can't dodge the tackle, and he's down at the 35-yard line. Mike Myslowski makes the stop. A loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Boy, he's come in, and he's bringing some energy and some playmaking, I think, to this Chiefs defense. He saved a touchdown, I thought, earlier on a screen play. But I told you earlier, Mike Myslowski in there today because his special teams play has been so good, and he's been made so many tackles. You've got to find a way to get him in on the defense. That's one of those things, Greg. He made the coaches play. Just keep showing them what you can do, and they'll stick you in there finally.
3rd and 10. Garcia trying to dance out of trouble and can't escape the rush. John Browning with the sack, the first sack today, and Garcia sacked for only the 10th time this season.
Well, Dwayne Clemens, number 99, gets in there. He's going to push it, and John Browning, 93, just reaches up. Boy, nice job of just holding on to get the sack.
So Chad Stanley comes on to kick it away. And Kevin Lockett will be deep. More bad news for the Chiefs. Will Shields, we're told, suffering from an ankle sprain. And his return is questionable at this point. Stanley's kick is high, short, and from the 31-yard line, it's Lockett. And Lockett forward to about the 36. 9:33 to play here in the 3rd quarter, and Kansas City Chiefs need to get something going right now.
Want the lowdown on Dodge Durango? Here's where it's best-in-class Magnum V8 power.
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, you can get low 0.9 financing for 60 months on 2000 Dodge Durango. You can now save more than $5,600 or get up to $2,000 cash allowance. We now return you to your regularly scheduled commercial.
See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Hey, what are you putting in over there?
DirecTV system.
Satellite, huh? I already got like 70 cable channels.
Well, this thing can get over 225 if you want them, all 100% digital quality.
It's on. It's on. Unbelievable. I have a riding mower.
That's great, sir.
Now get free professional installation when you buy a DirecTV system and sign up for Total Choice programming.
Hi, Tom Bodette. When did you see the light?
Oh, going over to Phoenix. We wanted to rest up for the game, and suddenly it was so clear. Motel 6. I think it's great.
Well, you gotta call them like you see them. Call us and see the light for yourself.
On November 17th, guess who's dropping in for the holidays? Jim Carrey is
Santa Claus.
Wrong-o.
The Grinch, rated PG, at theaters Friday.
Access NFL.com to vote for your favorite NFL All-Stars. The Pro Bowl ballot is online exclusively at NFL.com.
The NFL today.
That's a bad call.
On every frequency, he makes no sense.
They were going to knock you in the mouth.
Sundays on CBS.
As we welcome you back with a beautiful look from on high here in San Francisco, the Kansas City Chiefs with their best starting field position of the day at the 37-yard line. Grbac, quick drop, quick throw. Richardson out of the backfield, forward to about the 43-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 4.
Well, let's see what happens to the Chiefs offense. They had a good drive to start the second half out. They missed a short field goal, but they got the ball back quick this time. They didn't have to sit over there and wait 20 minutes before they got another chance. So that should give them a little confidence, a little rhythm. Saying all that, you expect them to move down the field and get a chance to score a touchdown.
4 wide receivers and Tony Richardson in the backfield. Grbac throws, has a man, and overthrew Derek Alexander, and Grbac has to drag himself off the turf.
Well, that time, Elvis Grbac looking deep down the field, trying to hope somebody comes open. And Cheeky O'Keefer comes in and makes the hit. He waited as long as he could. If he'd had just about a 0.2 of a second more, it'd have been a big gain.
Derek Alexander came into this game with 45 catches for 811 yards and 9 touchdowns and has not caught a ball today. Grbac, quick pass, incomplete. Sylvester Morris, his intended receiver. And instead of getting something going on offense, the Chiefs have to kick it away. And Gunther is looking none too pleased on the sideline.
Just not the execution. The plays are there to be made today. Either protection breaks down a little quick or the throws themselves. Elvis Grbac has not been sharp.
Kevin Williams deep for the punt. Bounces at the 15-yard line and out of bounds at about the 14. That's where Garcia and company will go to work right after this.
It changed the rules. And with each innovation...
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, you can get low 0.9 financing for 60 months on 2000 Dodge Dakota and Dodge Durango. You can now save over $4,000 on Dakota and save more than $5,600 on Durango. You can still get 0.9 shorter-term financing on 2001 Dodge Ram or up to $2,000 cash allowance.
Magnum Power. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Texas. Domo arigato.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Nortel Networks. We're building the new high-performance internet. And by Coca-Cola. Enjoy.
There's a local place of interest in this area.
Never been to it. You know, I guess you can go out there and sightsee, right?
You'd like it.
Yes.
From the 14-yard line, Garcia goes back to work on offense. And on the ground, Charlie Garner. Out to about the 18-yard line. Boy, Garcia has put in a pretty good day's work so far. 2 rushing touchdowns.
Well, he's done everything. He's thrown the ball very well. But when it's not there, he has pulled it down and made some good runs. And it's just a nice addition to a really well-rounded offense that does it all.
On 2nd and 6. Garcia keeps, rolls right, hits Jerry Rice. Rice looking for the first down and appears to have it. Jerome Woods making the tackle, but not before it appeared that Rice had enough for the first down.
Well, Jerry Rice, tightness in his lower back the first half, gets loose, comes out here in the second half, making some good catches. And, you know, you can't help but watch or think every time you see him in a 49er uniform, it's just that much closer to the end. And Greg, when you look at the situation out here, salary cap, a young team starting over, I can't imagine Jerry Rice being a part of the 49ers after this season's over.
16 seasons, 12 Pro Bowls, and 2-time Player of the Year.
No,
Garcia throws far side, and Rice has it and out of bounds, and that'll be a first down out to the 36-yard line.
Well, a couple things today. The 49ers said we're going to give them some misdirection. We're going to take advantage of the over-pursuing defense. They've done that. The other was we're going to throw at number 41, Pat Dennis, and they have done that. They've taken some of the usual routes that you would throw, some slant patterns, and that time we see the out cut. So they're making Pat Dennis out there think what's coming next.
Pretty good balance between the running game and the passing game. Garcia going to throw this one over the middle. The bullet is complete across the 45 to his tight end, Greg Clark. And that's another first down for the 49ers.
And see what they're doing now, the 49ers, taking advantage of the fact that they're up 21-0. The Kansas City defense thinks, well, they're going to run the football. Look at the linebackers. They're both up, and now there is nobody in between Greg Clark and the quarterback. Look at it, no linebackers underneath. Even Greg Wesley, number 25, is full. Maslowski comes from the backside and makes the tackle.
9 straight completions for Garcia now, as we come up on 6 minutes to play in the third quarter.
He's calling Dancer.
Slips a little bit, goes long. Penalty marker is down. J.J. Stokes down the near sideline with James Hasty on him.
You know, Greg, I said that because the 49ers have been calling out some of the same audibles for so long. There's scissors. I used to hear them all, and I think, well,
Holding, number 40, defense. It's a first down.
That's James Hasty.
Who loves to bump and run.
Yes, he does. He said that's the only way to play defense as a defensive back. You can see the jersey grabs hold of J.J. Stokes and stops him enough to keep the pass from being completed.
Hasty, one of those who stood up in the defensive team meetings and said, you know, something's got to be done about the way we're going here. 40-plus interceptions, 20-plus fumble recoveries. Terry Jackson back on the field now for the 49ers. He was injured early on in the first quarter. Garcia to throw. On the move, penalty marker down on the far side of the field, and Chester McLaughlin runs him down.
Yeah, it's offsides. Offsides again by the Kansas City defense. And the problem so far I see today with this Kansas City defense, somebody up front has got to start making some plays. You can't expect the defensive backs.
Offside, 75, defense. Still first down.
5 penalties on that Kansas City defense today.
But somebody up front's got to start forcing the action to give the defensive backs or the linebackers a chance to make a play to turn the game around. That's how you do it. You do it with your big guys. The big guys always got to provide opportunities for the little guys to make those plays. And it happens on both sides.
It is a 1st and 5 for the 49ers, who are at the Kansas City 43. Garner can't dodge trouble, and he's down at the 45-yard line, a loss of 2 on the play. So it'll be 2nd and 7. Garner comes off. Terry Jackson goes on. You know, Garcia hasn't yet thrown a touchdown pass today, something he's done in the 8 games prior to this. But someone pointed out to him, you know, you guys, during this 5-game losing streak, have been getting off to a slow start. He said he hadn't thrown a touchdown pass in the first quarter of any of those losses, and he said that's something he wanted to change. He didn't change it today, but they're on top by 3 touchdowns. Garcia with a quick slant. Hasty all over his man, but it doesn't prevent Jerry Rice from making the catch.
Well, you know, Greg, too, you talk about the poor 49ers are 2-8. They spread the field. Nobody helping James Hasty. He's all over him, but as I say so many times, the thrower and the catchers in the NFL have gotten so good, they covered them good. It's not even enough anymore. You need help from up front people to give the defensive backs a chance to make plays.
Here's where the Chiefs defense needs to make a play on 3rd and 1. The pitch for Garner, trying to turn the corner. He didn't get there. Oh, what a play by Mike Maslowski.
Oh, he's going to be starting next week. This guy is just, hey, what he does, he doesn't get caught up with the window dressing. The heck with the fake. I got outside leverage. He keeps it. And what speed. Runs down Charlie Garner. I thought it was going to be a first down, but he gets out there and pulls him down like it was nothing. Hey, when you get a chance to play, take advantage of it, and he has done that today.
Kevin Lockett is deep for the punt from Chad Stanley. Sky high. Beautiful. Fair catch called for, and Lockett makes the catch at about the 16-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter, and Elvis Grbac wanting some offense in a hurry.
We can expect in the coming months. His Director of Product Development, Paul Noon.
Got it. Nortel Networks is building the new high-performance internet, the wireless internet, with optical technology that makes it faster.
Overall, this has been an exciting
and more
year.
reliable.
But the next few months will mark the beginning of a new Gesundheit.
Come together.
In fact, with technology changing
over me.
Coach, you traded a #1 draft pick for Fred, an employee of the Staples Tech Center?
We think he's going to fit right into our group, so we're excited to get him.
Fred might be able to help you with the latest technologies, but he's never even played Pee Wee League before.
We're a little concerned about that.
Does this have anything to do with your team getting a good deal on cell phones?
Well, does it? That wouldn't be a new cell phone, would it?
No.
It sounds like one to me.
Shanazar, please, has always talking trash.
You're paying, baby!
He's always trying to get inside your head.
Seahorse, you don't know your elbows from your...
And sometimes, he can get downright nasty.
I bet you pay transaction fees on your mutual funds. Your mama pays full commission. You know how to calculate a P/E ratio?
Want to learn about smarter investing?
How diversified is your portfolio? You can't even spell Dow Jones.
Visit us at schwabwelcome.com, where every investor is welcome.
P/E ratio. You divide the stock price.
Monday, what's turned Doug
Let's hit the streets.
into a lawless thug?
McCracken, party of 5.
Which McCracken is that?
Phil McCracken?
The King of Queens. Then, when the wives fight, husbands get caught in the middle.
Why don't you just go inside and talk to her?
Why don't you just get a job so we can find our own place?
I can't talk to you when you're like this.
Yes, dear, after the King of Queens, all new CBS Monday.
Hey, what a difference a week makes for Elvis Grbac. Just 10 of 27 for 131 today. Grbac to throw. That one's complete. Across the 20 to the 24-yard line is Gonzalez. Want to remind you, tonight on CBS, these lawyers were O.J. Simpson's dream team, but behind closed doors, it was a nightmare. Don't miss the miniseries O.J. doesn't want you to see, American Tragedy, a CBS miniseries event tonight on CBS. Second and a short one for Grbac. They'll go on the ground with Kimball and Anders to about the 34-yard line and a first down for the Chiefs.
Well, now, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs, look at that, 2:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. You got to pick up the rhythm of your offense. You got to get the play in, call it in the huddle, and go, and try to change the pace of the game. You know, if you do that, maybe you start making the 49ers on defense. They think a little more. Somebody breaks an assignment. But more importantly, it just gives you a better chance to execute plays if you change the tempo.
Grbac, quick pass. Alexander has it, 35-37-yard line. Boy, Grbac just snapped that one off of his shoulder.
Well, that is some play by Elvis Grbac. The blitz is coming. They can't pick it up, but he hangs in there to let Derek Alexander. Oh, nice route. But look at his tackle by Plummer. Hustles, gets up, probably stops him from getting about 10 more yards.
First catch today for Alexander. There's the rookie Ahmed Plummer.
First-round draft pick, doing a good job today. Him and Webster have been outstanding so far. Rookie corners.
This is Donnell Bennett. And Bennett out to about the 39-yard line. And he's close to a first down.
You know, just not quick enough for me. As I watch the Chief offense, just not enough urgency.
Well, as we take time out for a measurement, you know, there's no one down there who has more respect for Jim Mora, who is running the San Francisco defense, than Gunther Cunningham.
Well, that's right. They have a history and all that. And I saw some of the Chiefs people before the game, and they were looking at Jim Mora. They go, hey, look, we don't feel sorry for you. You know, that's just the way it is in this league.
First down for Kansas City. You look at Jim Mora, 49ers defense has been exceptional today.
Wow, for over 400 yards a game they give up. Now, a lot of those times, or a lot of those yards just come from big plays. Young guys getting out of position, and when they get out of position, they can't recover, and they give up big plays that really drive those yardages up.
Quick pass for Sylvester Morris complete at midfield, and that'll be another first down for the Chiefs. Lance Schulters with another big hit. Schulters gets up slowly. Morris still down at the midfield stripe.
He's just sitting there waiting for the throw, and he puts the shoulder right into the midsection of Sylvester Morris.
Morris delivered the hit in the first half that knocked Derek Alexander out. And Schulter is going to get a breather on the sideline. Pearson Prelo comes on to replace him, number 23, but Morris is still down.
Well, let's take a look and see what we can see from the hit. Good job by Lance Schulters to stay in and waiting. And watch where he hits Sylvester Morris, right in the midsection. Well, that's the other thing too, Greg. These wide receivers, they go over the middle and make more tough catches now. It's commonplace to see these type of catches for them. They just go in crowds and they just pluck it out of there. They want that ball, knowing they're going to take some big hits.
Boy, you got a guy like Lance Schulters out there who came into this game leading the 49ers in tackles with 66 of them, and known as a hard hitter. Remember Doug Plank at safety for the Chicago Bears?
Yep.
Talk about reckless abandon.
That's pretty good defense he played on there, especially at the end of his career when the Bears won the Super Bowl. Well, that's a good sign. Boy, Sylvester Morris, Gunther Cunningham told me, he says, here's a wide receiver that has the size, and they love these tall receivers now, especially Kansas City, but he says he is a tremendous bad ball catcher. In other words, when the throw is not any good, he somehow is able to come up with those catches.
Chiefs with a bit of a drive going now from midfield, first down. Grbac avoids the rush, throws, penalty marker is down, the pass is complete to Troy Drayton, the tight end, for 14 yards, and now let's check the flag. They're going to bring it back.
Well, you finally think you get it going.
Illegal hands to the face. Number 49, offense. Still first down.
That's Tony Richardson. And yeah, Phil, we're saying that just when you'd like to see some pace if you're the Kansas City Chiefs.
There he is in the middle. I couldn't see him hit the face. I saw him up near the neck area. He was on Julian Peterson, number 98.
So it's first and 20. Little flare out of the backfield. This is Anders. Anders hit at about the 44-yard line and brought down. A pickup of 4. It'll be second and 16, and Ken Norton Jr. making the stop.
What a play by Ken Norton. I mean, that play should have got 10 to 15 yards, and he held off and waited for the play to come to him and made the tackle.
And with that play, time runs down on us here in the third quarter. That is the end of the third quarter with the score, San Francisco 21 and the Chiefs nothing. We'll come back after this message and a word from your local station. This is the NFL on CBS.
When when a U.S. sailor marries an Arabian princess, it ignites a Mideast crisis.
Her other husband just showed up.
They'll execute her.
Don't let them take me.
All new Jag, CBS Tuesday. It's the miniseries OJ doesn't want you to see. American Tragedy, CBS tonight.
Hi, I'm Wendell Anschutz. What does news that makes a difference mean to me? Well, it means we've been protecting consumers for 20 years with Stan Kramer's Call for Action reports. It means you get dependable winter weather information with Katie Horner's zone forecasts. And it means you get a first-hand look at medical breakthroughs with Ann Peterson's Family Health Reports. To me, news that makes a difference is about bringing you information that is helpful to your life.
It changed the rules. And with each innovation...
This is a national sales alert from Dodge. Effective immediately, you can get low 0.9 financing for 60 months on 2000 Dodge Dakota and Dodge Durango. You can now save over $4,000 on Dakota and save more than $5,600 on Durango. You can still get 0.9 shorter-term financing on 2001 Dodge Ram or up to $2,000 cash allowance.
Magnum Power. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Lucky Town. I've been a surgeon with Lucky Town General for about 5 years.
I need more light here. Sponge.
Stressful? You bet it is. One wrong move, you're done. Granted, we don't get as many trauma cases as other hospitals.
Here we go.
Actually, we don't see any at all.
So close.
Want to get to Lucky Town? Play Show Me 5 Paid On from the Missouri Lottery. If no one wins a $50,000 taxes paid, the prize pool pays down to players matching 4, 3, or 2 numbers.
Thank goodness we never have to do this for real.
No kidding.
What happened in your community today? KCTV5 News.
Coverage provided by the Monster.com blimp. And nice coverage it has been. Start of the fourth quarter. 21-0. Spectacular indeed. 21-0, 49ers. Grbac. Under pressure, throws, completes to Anders. Anders run out of bounds inside the 45-yard line, and that's about 4 yards short of a first down.
You know, when the Chiefs go back and look at this game on tape, the defense, it speaks for itself. It struggled. But the offense, they're going to see there's been so many plays that could have been made. The throw wasn't there. They've dropped some passes. And then when sometimes the players are going to come wide open down the field, protection breaks down. So they've never got it going in all 3 phases to give themselves a chance to make those plays and score.
And Grbac facing what is now a huge third down conversion attempt. Sylvester Morris is back on the field for him, number 84. On the blitz, Grbac in trouble, goes down. Bryant Young, number 97.
Bryant Young with a couple sacks last week. Uses his speed and just keeps coming. That time the Chiefs, 3rd and short, were going for the touchdown. Tony Gonzalez ran a hook and go, but there's a little game in the front where Bryant Young is circling around. Nobody picks him up.
Kevin Williams deep for the punt. From the 12, eludes the tackle, can't elude the second. 21-yard line, Mike Meslowski on the tackle after a 9-yard return.
This city has seen its share of disasters. I watch the news waiting to hear a specific combination of words. There is a sole survivor, and he is miraculously unharmed. What do you think it means? That suggests a rather unbelievable possibility. I hope you can keep an open mind. Are you ready for the truth?
Unbreakable, rated PG-13. Coming this Thanksgiving.
Time to buy Montero Sport. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for an entire year on our best-selling Mitsubishis. Hurry, this deal ends soon.
What does it take to get a plane off the ground? 50 tons of aluminum. 95 miles of wire, thousands of engineers, 1,200 suppliers, 3 million emails, 27,000 e-business transactions, and one very powerful e-business solution that makes the whole thing soar. SAP.
If you're concerned that MMR, the vaccine against measles, mumps, and rubella, isn't safe for your child, why don't you watch 60 Minutes tonight?
Well, there's a coach who came into the season knowing the pitfalls, knowing the problems that they were going to have to deal with, the salary cap. He was talking to us about the payroll and the problems with that, and he says, you know, you just can't put a football team that's going to compete on the field for that kind of money these days. His team has competed very well today. Garner, running room, across the 35-yard line and out of bounds at about the 39. Let's check in with Armin Cotillion. Armin.
Thanks, Greg. You talk about Coach Mariucci. He said his greatest challenge really wasn't anything to do with X's and O's. It was what to say every day to keep his team focused, what buttons to push to keep his veterans from just being so frustrated about what was happening, and also for his younger players to keep them going into the tank. He told us yesterday sometimes he feels like Hans Brinker with all his fingers and all his hands and all his toes in a dike.
Well, he plugged up some holes, Armin, that's for sure.
94 yards on the ground for Charlie Garner today. Garcia now throws and throws it away as he heads out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, you know, Greg, we paint that picture of Steve Mariucci to the team, but you know what? You know, I know how coaches are, just like players. Even though he knew he was a little undermanned, we'll get it done. I'll still show him we can do it. But in the NFL, the reality is there's so much talent. When you're a little short here and there, it's going to get exposed. It's a league that takes advantage of other teams' weaknesses, and that's what teams have done to the 49ers. But today, the weakness, the defense has played extremely well.
Garcia had completed 10 straight passes until that incompletion. And the give is to Garner across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. We were talking, had to laugh. Steve Mariucci said, you know, he used to coach Tony Gonzalez at Cal.
Right.
And Tony wanted to leave school, and Steve said, I was trying to convince him, oh, Tony, you're not ready. You got to stay with me.
It didn't work. Tony left anyway. But Coach Mariucci, he came down to the 49ers. And, you know, in a way, it's got to be a tremendous challenge for the organization and him, because they get to keep going out and looking for people and young kids to build with. And I think Jerry Rice got off to a quick start that time. So now you hear about all the personnel.
False start, 81, offense. Still 3rd down.
You hear about the personnel people in the front offices, the general manager, the coaches. Now it's really important for them to go out and make sure they make almost perfect evaluations of the players they bring in here. And you look at the defense, what they did this year. John Engelberger, Julian Peterson, Ahmed Plummer, Jason Webster, all of them have come in and really been impact players for first year, and they're going to be good pros as they go along in their career.
And there are a bunch of other rookies that get playing time who come in and don't start. Garcia on the run, diving ahead to the 45-yard line. Wow. Patton and Edwards applying the hit point. You wonder how a guy like Jeff Garcia gets up after some of these hits.
Get down! It's unbelievable. But hey, again, that's the way he plays. He knows where to push it just to the limit, and he gets down just in the nick of time every time. I think he's done it quite a few times in his career to really learn how to react to those situations.
Learn to take those hits up in Canada.
But he's very important to the team, I think, as they try to rebuild, because he gives them a chance to have confidence because he can really run this offense well.
Kick is away. Lockett watches it as it bounces out of bounds at around the 23-yard line. Time's running short for the Kansas City Chiefs. They trail by 3 touchdowns.
Great place. I like your neighborhood.
Thanks.
Oh,
Sorry.
Time to buy a Galant. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments for an entire year on our best-selling Mitsubishis. Hurry, this deal ends soon.
Ted, Jerry.
Put your resume on Monster.com and see the kind of attention you get.
Bolla Wines of Italy. Open up.
Samsung joyfully introduces the world as you make it, where our digital technology has one job: to make life more fun. We want to thrill you, connect you, charm you, satisfy you, and delight you.
Everyone's invited
To the Samsung digital experience.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Mitsubishi Motors, the 2001 Montero Sport. Wake up and drive. Monster.com for work, life, possibilities. And by Samsung. Welcome to the Samsung digital experience, where everyone's invited.
Along with Phil Simms and Armin Katay and Greg Gumbel. 11:13 to play here in the fourth quarter. Elvis Grbac desperately trying to get something going for the Kansas City Chiefs. This pass complete to a wide-open Troy Drayton, and Drayton has enough for a first down, and we'll take this time out and check in with Jim Nance in New York. Jim.
All right, thank you, Greg. San Diego with a quarterback change. Ryan Leaf in, and he finds Fred McCreary out of the backfield. The Chargers are on the board, down by 10. Back to Greg and Phil.
What a catch by Fred McCreary. Grbac with the play clock down to 3-2, and he gets the snap off. On the move now and flips it to Richardson. Richardson ridden to the ground by Winfred Tubbs. 2-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, the Kansas City offense today, it's had, I think, many opportunities to put itself in the game. Thrown into coverage. Tony Gonzalez, it could have been a touchdown, should have been. Not enough time on this throw by Elvis Grbac. And then just the little things. Not hitting the passes that you just take for granted that have stopped drives that have gotten them off the field and put the 49ers back on.
Grbac. Penalty markers down. The pass is complete and out of bounds at the 46-yard line is Tony Gonzalez. But the marker was thrown way over here on this side of the field.
You know, Greg, the play before has illustrated to me a lot about today's game, too. Ken Norton and the linebackers holding on the defense. The play looks like it could have made a lot of yards. But the one guy in the 49ers that had a chance to stop the play gets out there and stops it. And that's really been, that says it about the whole game.
Holding, 26, defense. It's declined. First down.
That's Anthony Parker. You know, you're talking about all the little things that have happened to the Chiefs. There is enough blame to go around. Grbac has missed some opportunities, but there have also been some easy passes that have been dropped on him as well. First down, just across the 45-yard line. Elvis throws deep. It is incomplete. And I'll bet you Kevin Lockett is guilty of the push-off on this one.
Really, you could see that. No, you know, I'm not disagreeing. You were right. I thought you were looking for something particular and not looking at the whole field up here, Greg.
Well, that's where the ball was going. I couldn't help it.
But Kevin Lockett, number 81, going to the outside.
Here's
oh,
the
nice.
push.
Boy, that is good
Pass
eyes.
interference. Number 81, offense. Still first down.
But you know, it's something interesting, Greg, as I told you about the linebackers and the people hustling, is I look at Jim Moore, Jr. on the sideline. He says, you know what, we got such a young team. As I sit over on the sideline, if I don't make the perfect call, we would just get destroyed on defense. But it looks like today the defense is hustling and taking care of those bad calls he makes in the side.
Grbac goes down at about the 28-yard line. Brenson Buckner in on him for that one. And we have another Chief down on the field at the 32-yard line. And that is Tim Grunhard, the center, who was a game-time decision today.
Really surprised to see him play. I saw him Friday up in Kansas City. After practice, couldn't really even move around much then, but he's got much more. You could see that he's not feeling well. Just trying to make that ankle go.
Grunhard was questionable because of a high ankle sprain.
I was told by somebody, too, that Elvis Grbac just went up and said to Grunhard, look, you got to go. You're the leader of the offensive line. Get out there and do your thing. So a lot of times, I tell you, that's the great thing about a lot of these offensive linemen. They go, you're right. They just do whatever it takes to get out there and play and help the football team.
Yeah, it didn't look like the ankle was the problem on that play for Grunhard. 2nd and 27. Quick flip over the middle. That's complete. And Tony Richardson across the 35 to about the 37, and the ball blown dead before it came loose. A pickup of 8, and it'll be a 3rd and 19.
Well, coming into this game today, I said, you know, I'm thinking before, I said, look, the Kansas City Chiefs have got to be the desperate team. They're 5-4. They get beat last week. They need to win to keep the playoffs going. But the 49ers at 2-8, they have played like the desperate team.
Grbac going to go deep down the far sideline. It is complete. Derek Alexander has a first down for the Chiefs inside the 25-yard line.
The ball's in the air. Who can make the play? The offensive guy, Derek Alexander, against the Med Plummer at the top of your screen. It's in the air. Oh, good job by Plummer. He turns and is trying to get there, but Alexander cuts underneath him and makes the catch. Well, I tell you, that's just terrific athletic skill by a wide receiver taking advantage of it.
First down, and Grbac to throw. Another short flip over the middle. Richardson, 15, 10, inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal. Or this may actually be at the 10-yard line. Let's see. 14-yard pickup on the play.
They drop back deep. Elvis Grbac does a smart thing, throws it underneath. And the real smart thing, I think the Chiefs now go into a hurry-up offense. Get it going. Give yourself a chance to win the game.
Grbac with time. End zone. Popped in the air. It is. Is it intercepted?
Yes.
And a penalty marker is down. Zach Bronson says he has the football. And it's going to be against the 49ers.
Couldn't tell from here, Greg. I couldn't see it. All I could tell when he threw the football, a lot of 49ers looked like they had a chance to go and get it.
Here's Johnny Greer.
Illegal contact. Number 24, defense. First down.
Monty Montgomery, the guilty party right there.
Against Tony Gonzalez. Here they go down the field. Well, I guess he just stayed with him, had contact with the receiver, more than 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. That is illegal.
So now from the 5-yard line, Kansas City with a 1st and goal to go. Richardson and Bennett in the backfield. This is Donnell Bennett. And not much there. Clock continues to move, coming up on 7.5 to play.
Boy, I know Gunther's getting ready to yell, like, what is going on? Look at this. Clock's running. Chief player still on the ground. Jeez.
Gunther saying, get off the ground.
I mean, I don't even have anything at stake here, and I'm getting mad. I mean, really, come on. 7 minutes to go. You need 3 touchdowns to tie it.
On the ground, 2nd and goal. To the end zone. No, he didn't get there. This will be spotted at the half-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal. Winfred Tubbs with the tackle.
Well, it's a good surge by the Kansas City offensive line. It's one of the few times all day I've seen them get the defensive line of the 49ers going backwards.
Bennett to the end zone. No call yet.
Well, they got to find the runner.
And a touchdown. Gunther Cunningham has that it's about time look on his face.
Well, it just took too much time, everything. And watch Donnell Bennett. That's just good, hard running.
And Jim Mora sees the shutout go down the tubes.
Well, that would be, how would that be? From giving up over 400 yards a game to shutting the team out if they'd have done here today, if they would have done that.
Bennett's first touchdown of the season and the extra point. Todd Peterson has never missed one in his 6-year career. It's 21-7, 49ers.
Getting up the mountain is one thing, but maintaining control on the way down also matters to GMC and engineer Nancy Huber. For the new GMC Sierra Heavy Duties, her team chose an Allison transmission, which selects the right gear for the grade whenever you apply the brake, for more control when you need it most. Nancy thinks you should enjoy the scenery, not become part of it.
RCA Victor. Do not try to adjust the picture.
Color TV.
There is nothing wrong with your TV. A new form of television is here. High definition. Up to 6 times sharper than current analog technology. The people who brought you TV, the color TV, and digital satellite TV welcome you to HD TV. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your television. We've just made a better one.
But Ma, chunky grilled steak with vegetables, with loads of lean steak, grilled up right to get you filled up right.
Grilled steak.
Remind you of something?
The family cookout.
Which you don't attend anymore.
I work Sundays.
Introducing Campbell's Chunky Grilled Classics.
Try the new Pop Top.
Okay, sweetie pie, let's see what you got. Oh, come on. You got to do better than that. Come on now, you got to rotate. Come on, Parnevik. Is that all you got? Suck it up.
Not enough?
Yeah, that's good.
Well, as you see all the 49ers lined up at the 40 and 45-yard line, do you think they expect an onside kick from the Chiefs?
Tell you what, over the last couple weeks, I've seen some very inventive onside kicks, but usually the one that's used most, try to drive the football down on the ground so it bounces real high so you can run down there.
And kicked it away. This is Kevin Williams at the 11. To the 25 and forward to about the 27-yard line. We remind you tonight on CBS, if you're concerned that the vaccine against measles, mumps, and rubella isn't safe for your child, why don't you watch 60 Minutes? Followed by an all-new Touched by an Angel. Then, the miniseries O.J. Simpson does not want you to see what went on behind the scenes of the most talked-about murder trial of the 20th century, American Tragedy, a CBS miniseries event. It's all here tonight on CBS. Jeff Garcia now going to try to take a little time off the clock, you would think. Has thrown the ball less here in the second half than he did in the first, but going to come out throwing here. It's complete this side. Slipping down is Terrell Owens at the 32-yard line.
Well, the 49ers, I think this is always a tough part in the game. Late, you're leading. You don't want to get conservative, so you look for passes that can pick up yards and get you a first down, and Terrell Owens just loses his footing. Not only that, he goes out of bounds. Even though you're past 5 minutes, the clock keeps running, but it does take a few seconds. It doesn't start running until the clock is, or the football is placed, and the official blows it in play.
Terrell Owens, a question mark until game time as to whether he would play bothered by a painful turf toe injury. On the ground, Garner pulls his way to the 35-yard line. Maslowski and Patton with the tackle, and the clock keeps moving. Now coming up on 5.5 to play. Before it gets there, Gunther Cunningham says timeout.
Well, just everything. You know, this play kind of illustrates today, Greg. Look at this. Watch this. Marcus Patton, number 53, does a good job. Gets in there and fills. Takes on the lead blocker and everything. But the problem is, where's his help? Nobody's coming in to help him. That allows the runner to drive in there and get another yard and a half, and makes it 3rd and short.
Gunther Cunningham said he just stopped into a few defensive meetings this week just to see what was going on, because as we mentioned before, and as he made it very clear, he was absolutely appalled by the defensive performance last week out here against the Oakland Raiders.
Well, it's been better in the second half today, but still just not enough. Guys are not making plays, and I think a lot of this is stemmed from the fact the defensive line has not had a good day.
3rd and short. Terry Jackson, and Jackson has enough for the first down. That will move the sticks and keep the clock rolling for the 49ers, much to Gunther Cunningham's dismay.
Yeah, the sense of urgency was not there, Greg. It might have been talked about, but it did not show in the play. You didn't see the extra hustle. The guy that has really stood out today for the Kansas City Chiefs on defense, Mike Maslowski. He made all the plays. He gave him a chance.
First down from the 39. Garner and Smith behind Garcia. And Charlie Garner doesn't get anywhere. Marcus Patton making the stop on that one. No pickup on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 as the Chiefs use their second timeout.
It was a gathering of the world's most noted biologists, setting out to harness the power of the human gene. Out of it grew Biogen, one of the world's premier biopharmaceutical companies, honored for medical advances, acclaimed for industry leadership. With record sales and a stream of new products coming online, Biogen today ranks with the global leaders. Where do you find the companies who are defining the future? Exactly. NASDAQ, stock market for the digital world.
Turning good friends into better ones. Turning new friends into old ones. Turning distant friends into closer ones. Turning Leaf.
Getting up the mountain is one thing, but maintaining control on the way down also matters to GMC and engineer Nancy Huber. For the new GMC Sierra Heavy Duties, her team chose an Allison transmission, which selects the right gear for the grade whenever you apply the brake, for more control when you need it most. Nancy thinks you should enjoy the scenery, not become part of it.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by NASDAQ.com. Instant info on every stock on every major U.S. market. And by Replay TV. Some televisions have all the fun.
We have 4:46 to play here in the fourth quarter, and the San Francisco 49ers with the football in a 21-7 lead. And it has been a well-balanced offense that the 49ers have put out on the field today. 131 yards on the ground, 240 through the air, and causing that man, Gunther Cunningham, more than just a little angst over there on the Kansas City sideline. Here's Charlie Garner. Gets a nice block and goes over the 100-yard mark rushing on the day. Donnie Edwards making the tackle. And a timeout by the Chiefs. Their third of the half, and they're out of timeouts. Stops the clock at 4:39.
I'll tell you, Charlie Garner, you see him laughing because, boy, was that close from breaking for a big one. But watch him run. This is what's impressive. He can get outside with ease. And how about that little one-handed catch? Runs inside. Oh, try to tackle that.
Charlie's had himself a good day, and as we said, coming off of a game last week where he carried 13 times for 49 yards against the Saints. The Saints jumped off to an early lead, and the running game was just never in play for the 49ers from then on.
Yeah, when you get down 28-0, it's hard to come back and do certain things. But today, just everything worked well for the 49er offense, and Jeff Garcia, very impressive. And the second time we've had a chance to see the 49ers in person this year, he's played very well both times, but he's just making his mark. He's showing everybody once again that he's going to be a starting quarterback in this league for a while.
Garcia keeps and now runs and is forward to the 47-yard line. That'll be about 2 yards shy of a first down.
But if I did have one criticism, what would that be, Greg? Get out!
Learn to slide.
Dang.
You know, the funny thing is he's used to taking all of those hits, and he spent a lot of time in Canada. But you know, you can get clocked by some big guys out there.
Yeah, but I'm just making a little fun here in the light of a 21-7 game. But he knows when to get down. He has a great feel for it, and it has served him very well in his career.
Kevin Lockett stands at his own 10-yard line, trying to get a decent return on the board for the Chiefs. This one will bounce. Oh, good pickup, good hands by Lockett. And he's up to about the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. While we have the opportunity, Monday on CBS, who let the dogs out? And why do these regular guys become street thugs? To get the answer, you've got to watch the funniest King of Queens ever. Monday on CBS.
All right, Kevin James, he's a really good athlete.
Yes.
I know, big Jet fan. I had a chance to see him in New York once. We were actually out in the stadium, at Giant Stadium. I was throwing him passes. He was catching and diving. Quite impressive.
Grbac goes down at the 17. Bryant Young again in on the quarterback.
Boy, Greg, we were sitting up here watching these teams warm up today, and I said to you, look at that, and who was it? Bryant Young was running down the field, and he's pretty quick.
Outrunning everybody.
He can run. What an athlete to be playing defensive line.
Loose football. Grbac picks it up, goes down at the 13-yard line. Winfred Tubbs, Monty Montgomery making life difficult for the Kansas City quarterback.
Oh, I tell you, problem with the snap, Tim Grunhard, and good job by Elvis Grbac. Look at the 49ers hustling to the football. That's why they're winning today. They just played harder.
Grbac on the move, being chased, throws it away. No, it's complete to Kevin Lockett. Thought Elvis was just going to throw it away, but instead he hits Lockett, and the ball now at the 28-yard line, and it'll be a 4th and 8.
Well, take your time and make sure you get this play right to at least keep your chances somewhat alive.
He needs the 36-yard line for a first down. Incomplete. His arm may have been hit from behind as he released. Either way, the ball goes over on down.
Bryant Young was in there, forced him to throw the football before he was ready. And that's one way to get a defense healthy in a hurry, is have your front four pressure the quarterback. When you pressure the quarterback, you don't have to cover him as long, and the quarterback's decision-making will be not near as sharp or as good as it should be. Well, this is because he didn't have the time to keep looking at the defense.
One of the last things Bryant Young said to us the other day, just before he departed the premises, it is ultra important to get pressure on Elvis Grbac.
And that's easily said, hard to do, not easy to sack Elvis Grbac, but they did pressure him today.
Garner, nothing. In fact, lost a couple of yards.
You know, Greg, you look at the 49ers, I think they were getting to a point They needed some reason to keep on fighting. They'd lost 5 in a row. They were dejected. Well, they got that reason today. There's hope. It's going to make them feel good, and this should give them emotion for the next couple of weeks.
2-minute warning here in San Francisco. Steve Mariucci looking victory right in the face.
Replay TV. Some televisions have all the fun.
Dudley, get the paper.
A clean, crisp newspaper delivered to your printer automatically.
She's got teeth.
Yep. 36 of them. Big things will tear through wood.
The Sears National Hardware Sale, where you'll find these Craftsman power tools just $189 each. Only at Sears.
Enterprise? You rented our car from Enterprise?
Yeah.
Why Enterprise?
Because they pick us up. Free.
A free pickup? Wow. They ought to be #1.
They are #1.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
It was the trial of the century. These lawyers were the dream team. But behind closed doors...
Please don't embarrass us.
It was a nightmare.
I find this damn insulting.
It's the mini-series O.J. doesn't want you to see.
I had a lie detector exam. He gave a wrong answer to just about every question.
American Tragedy, CBS tonight.
Welcome back to San Francisco. If you're going to hand out some kudos today, you've got to hand them out to the San Francisco 49ers. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, as we said at halftime, that absolutely needed this game today.
Yeah, I'm surprised. 5-4. You come in here and you got to look at your schedule and say, hey, this is a game that we should win.
Garcia going to keep it and slide down at the 18-yard line.
Take a picture of that.
It's a little late, though, in the day.
Yeah. But, Greg, the Kansas City Chiefs, to go back to that, because they're the team that had the playoff hopes coming in today's game. When your defense can't pick it up and win some games for you, it's hard to think about the postseason and all those things down the road. So the defense is just a big problem for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Gunther Cunningham has taken the headset off because with a first down at the 17-yard line, he's out of timeouts and the clock is moving with 1:20 to play. And Garcia will take a knee and begin to put the cap on a 49er victory that'll snap a 5-game losing streak. Steve Mariucci said we got to find a way to get things done around here, and today his team came out with a gritty, determined effort, and they're going to come away with a victory. Elvis Grbac, 504 yards throwing last week. Today, 22 of 40 for 276.
Yeah.
And you know, it's interesting. The 2 top touchdown passers in the NFL, and neither one of them throws one today. And that'll do it for this victory for the San Francisco 49ers. No touchdown passes on the day, but Jeff Garcia and Charlie Garner lead the way for the 49ers. The Kansas City Chiefs will try to figure out how to put things back together, but they fully expected to come in here off of a loss at Oakland last week and beat these 49ers, and it just didn't happen.
Well, Jim Mora Jr.'s got to feel good. His defense gives up 7 points. They played very well, and they played with enthusiasm.
Once again, our final score, San Francisco 21 and Kansas City 7, coming up next on CBS, except in the Pacific time zone. Stay tuned for 60 minutes, followed by Touched by an Angel, and then the CBS miniseries event, American Tragedy. For Phil Simms and Armin Katayan, and all of us here at CBS Sports, Greg Gumbel saying so long from San Francisco. You've been watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 35. Someday.